As the sun rises over Mount Wellington and the morning turns into afternoon, it's time to saddle up 2 hours of lunchtime goodness here on Edge Radio. It's High Noon, Lunchbox with Ben. Over to you, partner.
Oh, howdy, y'all. Welcome once again to the Noon of High on Edge Radio 99.3 FM. I should really be saying buongiorno. Seems as our Italian listeners seem to love us so much. It is Friday, the 19th of May, 2017, episode 14, 12:06 on the dot. My name is Ben. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm raring. I'm pumped up, and even more excited and raring and pumped up to go because I don't have a 15-year-old to stare at today. I have a man who's actually older than me. Not by much, but hey, his name is Samuel McCrossan, and he's staring at me quite blankly right now. Sam, welcome. Welcome back to High Noon.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm really pleased to be here.
Well, so you should be.
High Noon.
It is. It's a bit different to early morning starts, but look, you were here last week.
I was.
But you're here right at the beginning right now. You're set. You're raring. You're pumped. You're down. You're down with the flow.
Oh, I just did like 100 sit-ups.
You did. I saw you. You were going. Like I didn't realise you got that much into radio since you've last been in the studio. So
yeah, well, you know, you got to prepare your body and mind.
Of course, you always do. That is what we do. That is what we like to say, and that is what we also do with the listeners. We have a massive show today, massive show I think we've ever had because we're not here for 2 hours. We have 3 hours today, Sam.
3 hours.
3 hours today. If you thought that we couldn't bring you enough content in 2. Wait to see what we can do in 3. We've got plenty to get to. We have a guest in studio very, very shortly. A very good friend of The Brink. He was one of our regulars. We started talking to them before they were famous. Now they're basically the biggest country band this side of the equator. I do, of course, speak of Tom Wolfe from the Wolfe Brothers, and he is literally, right now I can see, standing outside the studio. He's just given me a wave, and he will be in here very, very shortly. We're also going to be singing today, as always, which is fun. We've got a pretty interesting topic to talk about today too, Sam. There's a bit of land in Tasmania that is possibly being stolen away by the mainland. I don't know if you've heard about this, but It's making me angry.
I heard that.
We will talk about that. 0427 334 336 if you wish to communicate with us today. Send us a text, request a song, ask Tom a question, get mad at the mainland stealing stuff away, or just say hello to Sam because he's wearing a nice vest. I should have pointed that out. A vest. Right now, we're going to get invested in our next song. See what I did there? I like that. He's Big Thief, Mythological Beauty. It is 8 minutes past 12 here on Edge Radio. Edge Radio 99.3 FM. High Noon, 13 minutes past 12. Good afternoon. I hope you are enjoying your day. Beautiful sunny Hobart day, Sam. It's actually turned out quite nice. I thought it was meant to bucket down, but it's actually 14.7 degrees outside, if you don't mind. Top of 15 at the moment, cloudy, but yeah, the weekend is looking a bit rainy. We'll give you a bit more of the news and the weather a little bit later on. We've got some more important things to get to, I feel, right now, don't you, Sam?
I think so, Ben.
I think we really do. I'm gonna try this out because look, he was a constant guest on our previous show. He actually co-hosted one of our episodes, I remember, but never has he had an introduction quite like this. This is Tom Wolfe. He's a member of the Wolfe Brothers. They often like to play with wolves. All types of wolves, big ones, small ones, little ones, and medium ones. He also is a friend of Toto Wolff, the manager of Mercedes. I don't actually know if he really is or not, but when I interviewed Toto Wolff, I told him about the Wolfe Brothers. He wanted to come to Tasmania to see them. He also secretly really enjoys Justin Bieber music, even though he won't ever admit it, and is hoping to put a cover of them on the next Wolfe Brothers album. It is Tom Wolfe from the Wolfe Brothers. Tom, mate, welcome back. How was that?
That was a round of applause. That was incredible.
Thank you.
I like that.
As you said before we went on air, I'd never have quite an intro like that. And no, I haven't, mate. It's great. It's great to be back in here. This is like old times.
It is.
It's feeling really good, and it's good to see you boys again. And it's been too long.
It has. 2 years since we were on the Brink, at least. I think we bumped past a few times when I was at the Mercury.
Yeah, I think we've sort of said g'day, hi.
I think there was, but I mean, look, stuff for you guys. It's not just yourself. I'll get to yourself, sort of what's been happening with you, but. The Wolfe Brothers, you've taken over the world, haven't you, at the moment?
Well,
you're just going great guns.
We're having a go at it, you know.
You are.
Look, we've never been one to rest on our laurels, so we're always working, mate. Always, trying to make it bigger and better. And yeah, it's been 2 years since we've seen you. It's been a lot happen. We put the Crazy Life album back out in June, which was great. It's been great. We've done a tour of America. Lived over in Nashville for 8 months. That was a lot of fun. Amazing experiences through there, travelling through the Midwest, playing festivals and playing You know, this incredible driving through cornfields for hours and hours. It was incredible stuff. And yeah, look, as always, we're back out on the road here, still working with Lee Kernaghan, which is great. And man, it's just nice to be home. Actually, I'm feeling the cold a little bit though. I've got to say, we spent the summer. We haven't had a winter in 2 years.
Wow.
So I spent the winter here, summer in Nashville, come home to summer.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of travelling around Queensland. So this is my first winter in 2 years.
Such a hard life, Tom.
Oh, mate, I woke up this morning and I was like, man, I'm getting a scarf out. This is crazy. So,
I'm lapping this up. I'm going to America next week. I'm going for summer, and people have been
love
saying to me, "I'm so jealous, Ben. You're going over there for summer." And I'm like, I want the cold.
Ben
really?
loves the cold.
I do.
He's strange. If you had the choice, would you go away for winter?
Yes.
Would
Absolutely.
you? Yeah,
I mean,
right.
look, I'm going to Alaska, part of the, but when I was there at the end of last year, yeah, it was snowing everywhere I was going.
I would say I used to be like that. I used to be like that because I've always considered myself just full-blooded Tasmanian. Love the cold. I'm the type of guy who wears shorts and t-shirt
Yep.
in the cold.
Of course.
But after spending the summer in the heat of Nashville, and it's kind of humid, and I loved it. Like, I just want to be back in that every day.
Wow. And what's the average temperature over there in summer?
I believe, so it's all Fahrenheit, but that's about 30
30?
plus.
Nice.
You know, I might get 25. And it's like when we were travelling in the Midwest, I remember we went to Indiana, and it was about a 90-degree day, so I think that's about 30-ish.
Yeah.
Storms, because you're kind of inland and it's so flat, the weather just rolls in so quick. So we're literally at a sound check. It was 3 o'clock, and we could see these like dark black clouds coming in. We're
Wow.
like, okay, this is about to explode. And yeah, 20 minutes, poured with rain, thunder, lightning, poured with rain. Skies are black. Half hour later,
It's gone.
sun's out, everything's dry.
Wow.
crazy.
That sounds like my type of weather. I love a storm.
Yeah,
it was
well,
great. But
well,
it kind of lets
yeah.
it all go, lets it all out, and then it's like, okay, we're back to normal now.
Back to normal.
Back to normal.
How's it performing in those conditions though?
Yeah, great. We found like a few things. We found pretty much straight up that dry Australian humour doesn't really work. Just kind of goes straight over their
Yeah,
head.
the Americans sometimes take a bit of time to warm up to a lot of the Aussiisms, don't they?
Yeah. Like I think they also found that the fact that we were like Tasmanian playing country music, a lot of them don't even know what Tasmania is. So they were like,
Tanzania.
yeah. They were like, what is, how, why, who, what, where. Like, you know, that was
What
a
are you
lot-
doing here?
Yeah. It was a
You're
lot-
not Garth Brooks.
Yeah, it was a lot to take in, but great. Like great feedback. You know, a lot of positive feedback, and they loved it. That was the kind of exciting thing for us. Like, you know, we just wanted to test the waters, see do they like what we're doing. You know, will they like what we're about? And you know, we played our songs and it went over really well. You know, so that was fun. I think we're going to head over to Canada. In the next.
They love their country in Canada too, don't they?
You don't realise Canada country music is humongous.
Yeah.
It's way bigger than it is here in Australia. We actually did a tour with a guy called Gord Bamford, which is, to put it in Australian terms, he's kind of the Lee Kernaghan of Canada.
Right.
If that makes sense. you know.
Well, it makes perfect sense.
So, we kind of, it's so funny that we work with Lee here, and we kind of just found ourselves working with Gord. And, he's going to take us over to Canada.
Now, I'm guessing you'd hit up Calgary and kind of Alberta, because
Yeah.
Calgary with the Stampede, it's sort
Yes.
of that real country vibe. And
I'll be
it's a
honest,
beautiful city, Calgary.
I don't know a lot about Canada. I have never been there.
Oh, it's beautiful
so
country.
I can't wait. We're going to be on a bus. We're going to be touring. I think we're going to go Feb.
Yep.
So it's going to be freezing.
Well, look, that just adds an extra element to it,
But-
and it really does. And like we were talking, I mean, right now, I'm going to be distracted a lot because I'm watching the hockey right now. Nashville are playing Anaheim. My Ducks, they're 2-0 up. Go Ducks! Yeah. But you mentioned when you were in Nashville, you went to a few Predators games. You're in Canada, you can't escape hockey.
No.
You will have to basically live off hockey whilst you're touring around with country
I'm
music.
okay with that. Like, I really enjoyed it. As I say, like we lived in Nashville for 8 months. Probably went to 4 Predators games because they seem to be on like.
Oh yeah, they play multiple games. They play like 80 games a season.
Yeah, it's like
ridiculous.
they're on like every night. That's what it feels like anyway. So like we would go and we'd go and watch, and like it was awesome. I love the fact it's such a fast moving game.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
Bang, 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 bang.
It is absolutely incredible to watch. And 2-0. We're in the third period. I'm not distracted at all here, Tom.
No, not at all.
We're talking to Tom Wolfe, of course, from the Wolfe Brothers. Now, you mentioned, I'm just looking here. You've got your own Wikipedia page. You've made it when you've got your own Wikipedia page. But this crazy life. It's coming up to a year now, basically. But you guys made the top 10. You cracked the top 10 of the charts,
We did,
Tom.
yeah.
How does that feel to be able to say
Well-
that you are now a top 10 charted artist?
It's nice, like, I mean, I want number one, but no, it's really nice. I mean, every album debut has gone up, so high chart position each album. So that's really encouraging. That, I mean, it's growing. It's not going the other way. Really great. The songs have been going over really well live. I think this Crazy Life album is one, sound wise. I think it's a big step forward. I mean, we really put ourselves out of our comfort zone. I mean, we lived there and lived in America, wrote and recorded it there. And I think that's something the band needed to do and wanted to do. Casey didn't come with us. Casey's got two beautiful kids, so Casey stayed at home. So that was, again, another kind of a full-on experience. Being without this guy, we've sort of made music with our whole life, basically.
yeah.
So it was challenging. It put us out of our comfort zone. But the thing is with Nashville, you can songwrite like 2 times a day, 5 days a week without... You could do it 7 days a week. That's what they do in that town. So that was really inspiring for us because we'd go into a room with people we'd never met and say, "Hi, what's your name?" "Ben." "Hi, Ben, I'm Tom." "Cool, righto." And then you have to start pouring your heart out and, trying to come up with song ideas for people you've just met. And when we first started doing that, like, I really struggled. Like, I was like... Because, I mean, the only songwriter I'd ever done would be with, like, the other boys in the band. So
Yeah.
it was like, oh, okay, now I've just met you and I've got to tell you, oh, yeah, I remember I had a really bad breakup once, and then, like that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So that was really fun, but it really, really challenging. But, I mean, I think we wrote 40 songs in
Wow.
like 3 weeks.
Wow.
So you got a few back up then for the fourth
Oh,
album.
we've got heaps of material, actually. I was just, before I came in here, I was just reading emails about Nick's been doing demos for the next album. And,
Right.
so we've still got the fire, which is actually...
Well, that's good to hear.
In all honesty, we've probably got more fire and more go than we have in years, to be
Wow.
honest. And I think it's just we're in a good place in our life now. We've had a pretty full-on few years. I mean, this Crazy Life, that's basically what our life has been.
Well, it's a perfect satire. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not also just like the charts. I mean, you guys, I believe, were nominated for an ARIE. You've been nominated for multiple Golden Guitars, Australian Country Music Awards.
it was
I mean,
really special, that.
Grammy's next, Tom. I'm
Well,
just pointing it out there. Just
Touch
bring
wood.
on the Grammy.
Touch wood. No, the Crazy Life album got nominated for every major award it could. It got nominated for the ARIA for Album of the Year. It got nominated for APRA Song of the Year.
Nice.
Golden Guitar, CMC Award as well. So
Now, I have to then ask, because sadly...
We didn't win any.
I was going to say, you sadly didn't win any. So then have you guys perfected the accepting nod?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
camera's on your face.
Yeah.
The award goes to Lee Koenig. Oh, yes. Oh,
yeah.
deserving.
It's a
Deserving
light,
winner.
It's a light clap and a forced smile.
I always say to people, you need to do what Joey did on Friends when he was nominated for a Soapy Award, and he's all there practicing it, and somebody else wins it, and they cut to his face, and he's like, "What the?" And, like, he's just going off. Like, I want to see that next year. The ARIAs. I mean, you're going to win them all,
sure,
but
sure.
I need to see you just lose it.
No, I can probably do that. But
Or Kanye West it. Jump up on stage.
the award. Look, the Wolf Brothers had the best album this year. Yeah.
Lee, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish. But the Wolf Brothers had the best album of all time.
Isn't that amazing that Kanye did that? And he's like, "I'm going to let you finish," while he's interrupting, while he's not letting you finish.
Look,
It's
I
like-
hate Taylor Swift's guts. So to me, I'm like Team Kanye.
That's fine. Yeah.
So.
Look, what he doesn't realise is he probably did her more favours than
Well, true. That is very
probably
true.
than what he
Yeah.
meant to.
I completely agree with that. We're chatting here to Tom Wolf from the Wolf Brothers. We really need to hook some songs up here for yourself and play some music here for you, Tom, of course.
Sure, let's do it.
We'll get something lined up here for a second, but I should mention quickly for yourself, I believe you got married in the last 2 years, did you not?
I got married.
You
in
did, congratulations.
November.
Wow.
And yeah, it was really cool. Like, it was fun. We had a we weren't going to get married to November this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm cool to talk about it all. Unfortunately, we lost my dad in November last year, so we decided to bring the wedding forward, and he didn't make it by 2 days. You bugger.
Oh, wow.
But in all honesty, I'm so glad we did, because it was a very healing day, which was one great thing. But the other thing was we had such a, we had 3 weeks to put it together. Had it at home, had a barbecue on the farm, on the back lawn, and you know what?
Yeah.
Like, it made it such a fun and special day, because I think some people put such an emphasis on being married. They go, "Cool, we're getting married in 2028," and there's like, it's such a build up, you know, we got the Function Centre book 2 years out. We got this
Yeah.
book 2 years out. It's like when it gets to the day, there's been such a build up to this one day. Might be a bit of a not for everyone, but it might be a bit of a letdown. See, where with
Yeah.
us, it was like, okay, we've got 3 weeks. I ring my mate up, owns a pub. Mate, I need 10 cartons of beer, 14 bottles of wine, 14 bottles of red. I need this, I need Jack Daniels. He's like, right, I'll sort it.
That's such the Australian wedding.
It
though,
is,
isn't
but it was
Like-
great. Look, we have a laugh about it. So, look, it had a bit of a touch of the castle. You know, our day had a bit of a touch of the castle with it, and we're totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with that.
Did you see? We're really going to go out here with the castle. So if you're sitting there at the reception, are people literally there sitting and go, "Damn, what's this?"
Yeah, no, it was
Rissoles.
definitely a bit of dal. There was rissoles. There was homemade rissoles.
What's this stuff on top? Icing sugar.
You know, and I think that was it. Was us. You know what it was? It was
Yeah.
us to a T, and that's
Fantastic.
I'm really happy with that.
Yeah,
you know?
what? That's what I was trying to get done when I got married, but that was me, but not my wife.
Look, you know, I hope my wife's not listening. I think
not.
if the circumstances had been different, it probably would have been that way.
Yeah.
But, you know, I believe everything happens to a reason, and we had the best day ever. So
Aw.
I'm a happy man, mate. I'm happy.
That's good to
That's the
hear.
most
Married,
important
hey?
thing.
Well
Jeez,
done.
2 years ago, you wouldn't have thought I'd get married, would you?
Look at me surrounded by you gushing married people. I'm just learning Tinder. You know.
That's a world, isn't it?
Oh God, don't get me started. We've only got 3 hours today. Let's hear some Wolf Brothers right now. This is This Crazy Life. This is summing up everything to do with Tom and the boys and everything that's happening here on Edge Radio 99.3 FM. We're back to talk to more Tom. We've got to obviously ask the High Noon 40 as well. That's coming your way very, very shortly. But let's check out the Wolf Brothers. And I can hear Indiana Jones going on in the background there. You might have... It's your wife calling right now, Tom.
The wife is calling, mate. She must have been listening.
She's listening. You're at Edge Radio 99.3 FM. Edge Radio 99.3 FM. That's the Wolf Brothers. This Crazy Life. And funnily enough, one of the Wolf Brothers is still in the studio, Tom Wolf. We're chatting with him. Great song. It's
Thank you, mate.
when you listen to these songs and you kind of, you know, I mean, you're taking us through there, sort of the film clip and kind of bits and pieces that you're filming and that sort of stuff. But are you a type of artist who is, I guess, you listen to lyrics or you listen to kind of the recording and think like, oh, we could have done that better, we could have done that? Or do you often think like, God, that's a good song, couldn't do anything better?
Every day. There's a couple of gems, like that one. I listen back to that and I go, oh, I would have loved to have done the drums different. I would have loved to have done that. I think you're going to do that. You're going to pull it apart. There's a couple on the new album that I'm like, yeah. There is a few on each album that I'm like, yeah. No, we nailed that one. We nailed that one. We nailed that one. But yeah, I mean, I think that's healthy. I mean, I think you've got to be able to grow, and that's something we're really trying to do. With, you know, we're already talking about the next album, and you know, we want to try and make it sound a lot more modern and bits and pieces like that to it. So you know, it's fun. It's a fun experience. You know,
It seems that with country artists, though, that I mean, there's always constant albums by artists. Like this is, I think, the one genre of music I find that it's not uncommon for artists to have like, you know, 30, 40 albums. I mean, Slim Dusty, had 100
albums.
100 albums. That is crazy to think that.
No, and like I mean, I don't want anyone to hear this, but I
No one's listening, Tom.
think I think there might have been a little lack of quality control on some albums.
Right.
But I think what they did is, you know, like say you have a hit with Pub No Beer, so they'd string it out 5 albums. You know, oh, we'll get this one, and they put this compilation together, do an album with his wife, and so I mean that's really cool. That's a fun thing, you know. Like Tim McGraw, he'll have an album out every year, before every tour, every year. With that, you know, like, I mean, he doesn't really write a lot. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's all written by guys. That's what I was sort of talking about before, Nashville writing. There's so many songs, so many writers, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I've always, my favourite music has always come from bands.
Right.
You know, because I think I like listening to a band grow and listen to each album sort of grow. Like if you listen to our stuff, you can listen to the first album, like you can hear there's a big progression with songs and sounds and how it's going, you know. So I really enjoy that. Like I love the Rolling Stones. You kind of listen to, you know, the early stuff was a covers album. First album was, and then it's like they really got into the end of the 60s and the 70s and Keith discovered heroin and they really found themselves, like.
What are you saying here, Tom?
No, I'm not condoning that at all. I'm
a
just
couple
saying,
albums away from discovering yourself here, are you?
well, like the Beatles are a classic example.
Yeah.
You listen to the first few albums and it's all just sort of 2.5 minute pop songs. She loves you, yeah. But then start getting into Sgt. Pepper's and Abbey Road and
The psychedelic stage.
Yeah, and you start hearing like, okay, well, that's when they've obviously tried a bit of acid for these 3 albums, and and then you can kind of hear later on in the end, it's like, okay, they're kind of resenting each other a bit here, and there's more depth.
Yoko.
There's more depth to the songs, and I just think that's I love that. I love hearing that growth.
So, do you think one day you guys might try something right out of the box, or,
well, I think
stick with the genre that you know?
It's interesting, like it's interesting you say that, like. We're very proud of our last 3 albums. I think now the band's at a point, and that's what I was saying before, like we're really, like me and Nick and Brody been messaging and texting each other demos. I think the next album, it's either people are going to love it or they're not going to like us anymore. I don't know if it'll be too different, but I think what it'll be is I think we really want to try and push it a little bit. We're comfortable with what we're doing. We've grown a lot. I think we're at a point where we want to push the sounds.
Yeah.
Do something different.
Wolf Brothers dubstep is coming soon.
Exactly. That's what I'm here to announce.
That's like a risk worth taking for the band's legacy, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like that.
Well, look, I mean, I think, look, what's the saying? You can keep doing the same old thing and we'll keep on going. All right. People know we're a country rock band, but I'd really like people to, I'd really like to push it. I mean, Keith Urban's a great example. I don't personally really like his new stuff. But man, some of them songs are catchy and it is working for him.
I find with Keith Urban interesting because he's a guy that everyone in Australia knows. Like we all know who Keith Urban is, and I guarantee you that your average Australian on the street, if you went up to them and said, "Name me 3 Keith Urban songs," they wouldn't be able to. I could probably only tell you the one that was only on radio last year. The
Fighter.
No, there was another one. There was a really sort of upbeat, catchy...
Wasted Time?
I think that was it. And, it was interesting because I was at the NRL Grand Final and he performed. So, of course, oh, cool, Keith Urban. And, he's performing. And I'm like, I don't know these songs. Awesome.
Yeah, you see, that... It's actually a bit like... And this is not me having a go at anyone, but, it's a little sad that, you've got this Australian dude who's, huge. Small town Caboolture kid who's one of the biggest stars on the planet. Because, you've travelled.
Yep.
You get it. Country music, it's not like what it is here. It's not... No. I don't want to say we get treated like second-class citizens, but we maybe do to it a little bit.
It's a lot more mainstream in the US.
It is mainstream.
Very mainstream.
It's like you listen to country or other stuff, especially once you're getting around Midwest and the South. It's like 90% of people would listen to country,
Yeah.
So that's kind of, it's a bit sad that they, only now are they sort of starting to play stuff on Triple M and stuff. You hear The Fighter and Wasted Time, but he's got albums and albums, great tracks, So, look, I think, I think people in this country are starting to catch on that, I think the mindset's slowly starting to change that it's not just Slim Dusty anymore.
Yeah.
I think, country now is... it's got heaps of different influences from rock, not just rock, but pop and R&B, and
is that
cool. I think it's good.
Is that the Taylor Swift influence? Because
Taylor Swift, I think she's a big part of it. I think also, I think she's just one part of all of it. I think, she's I think that has really helped. She's kind of gone and done a pop album, and I think for me, it's if you're never listened to country. All of a sudden you listen to Taylor Swift and you go, hang on, she's got a country album, and you listen to that album. If that's the first thing that brings you to our genre, that's awesome. Because from there, you never know, you might listen to Taylor Swift and then find a Keith Urban album and go, hang on, this is not what I thought country music was. This is cool. Or you might find a Wolf Brothers song and go, oh, hang on, that's actually pretty cool.
Which everybody already says that when they listen to music.
Ben.
Well, when I was in Nashville, it was funny actually because the lady I was staying with, taking me around the city, and she's like, "We're going to go to the Country Music Hall of Fame," and I'm like, oh, "Okay, cool." I'm not that much into country, but why not?
Yeah.
And I was fascinated. And it was very interesting, just the dynamics of country over the years, because someone like Elvis was very much featured in the Country Music Hall of Fame, and just it was a fascinating museum. I'm sure you visited it multiple times.
Elvis's car, Elvis's white Cadillac,
and he had a gold limo as well, or something, or something. No, it was a gold piano.
Gold piano.
That's it. It was crazy.
Well, that's the thing. It's a huge genre, and I love hearing I love, that's why I love coming and supporting you guys. because you guys support us. It's putting it
We
on the radio.
look. I have to say, you were there. Back in 2010. Back in 2010, I remember it to this day. And this also, we should really mention this man as well, because sadly, since we last spoke, we did lose the great Tim Franklin.
We did.
Was he your godfather or was
he was
Nick's
Nick's godfather.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I still remember it to this day. One of the times we had him in the studio, he calls me up afterwards. He'd always call me after the radio, just talk to me about everything. And he said, "Oh, look, Ben, I've got to get you these. My godson, he's in this country band. They're going to make a big band. They're the next big thing. It's like Molly Meldrum. Keep an eye on them." So we got you guys in, and of course, the rest is history. Australia's Got Talent. You've been nominated
He's
for
a
ARIAs.
good guy. He was a good guy, Tim. I think he was somehow, in some circles, he was very misunderstood.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Heart was always in the right place.
Yeah.
He was a man about town, and yeah, I think some people just didn't quite get, but he'd be up there now with Dad, and I'm sure
They're having a great old time up there, are they not?
They're at the bar again, don't you worry. So, that's all good. But, yeah, when you were saying that 2010, that's 7 years ago.
That is mental. That is absolutely crazy to think that. There was, I can't even fathom sometimes seeing, the On This Day on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then, Time Hop,
I don't like
these
that.
things. It is terrible. I mean, I turned 30 this year, Tom. I mean, you're my age, are you not?
Yeah.
So you're turning 30 this year, or you're about to?
I'm about to, yeah.
Yeah, don't.
It's scary, isn't it?
The most terrifying thing is, you forget. So when somebody asks you your age, or you've got to fill in one of those forms, and you've got to say, how old are you? You're like, oh.
Yeah. I get that too.
Oh, you're older than both of us.
I know.
so
I get that feeling. Yeah.
It's good,
it's a pretty scary thing. But,
it's great stuff,
life, hey. We're gonna play another Wolf Brothers song here. This is one of my favourites, and I think it's a lot of everybody's favourites. It's On. Come on, this gets you really pumped up by the Wolf Brothers.
It's Friday, it's payday, it's on.
It is. We're gonna come back in and ask the High Noon 40 to Tom as well. But get excited, Wolf Brothers. It's on. Edge Radio 99.3 FM. It is Edge Radio 99.3 FM. High Noon, Wolf Brothers. It's on. Get excited. Just saying to Tom how fun that. If you've never seen the film clip for It's On, go to YouTube right now. Let's just, how we describe this, Sam? 4 boys, mud, alcohol, swimming pools,
debauchery.
Now, did you get many of the girls' numbers before you were married, Tom?
One of them was my ex. But anyway.
Oh, so was she your current at the time? Or?
She was at the time.
Oh.
Yes, that's okay. That's all part of life.
I guess you don't sit down and watch that film clip with the missus at the moment.
No, not really. No. That was a fun night. That was.
It looks like it.
We actually nearly they weren't going to play that on. They were not going to play that on CMC. They were going to ban it because they deemed it too racy.
Look, I have to say,
and I loved that.
But that's what I was going to say. I think that's a good thing. I think that's almost a good thing to say. You've had a clip banned from a music channel.
They did play at the end, but there was talk. I was like, look, I don't know about this. I was like, good. Don't play it then.
Right.
Don't play it then.
I have Foxtel, and I'm often flicking over to the country music channel just to see if I ever see one of your songs. I've never stumbled across one of your songs yet, but I don't watch it long enough. So.
You got to hang in there.
I'm back to MTV Dance.
Actually, it's been good lately. It's been good lately. They've been doing an hour special on us.
Nice.
From a live gig, so they've had that on there literally every day. So
well, I have to look that up because I need to see that.
Tonight you just have to.
What time is it on tonight? Do you know?
I don't know, but
I'm going to tape it.
You're just going to have.
I'm at the Chargers game tonight, but I'll be onto it. It's on, Tom.
It's on. It's Friday. It's on.
Now
Exactly.
we're going to get to this High Noon 40 in a minute. I want to ask you another question in a second, but again, if we're distracted, just to paint this picture, people know that we're hockey fans on this show because we commentate the Tasmanian Ice Hockey League. Of course, we're used to anyway. So I'm coming dressed in my Anaheim Ducks jersey.
I should have bought my Predators. I've got a Predators cap too.
Oh, well, you should have. Game 4 in Nashville. We've got a minute 10 remaining. The Ducks are 2-1 up. It was an empty net. The Preds have put their goalie back in. The Ducks have to win this to tie it up at 2-2 in the best of 7 series. Western Conference Finals. So we've got a minute 3. We might be slightly distracted here. Speaking of sport, though, Tom, I can never get you on this show ever and not talk about the fact that you are a very smart, intelligent, beautiful man because you are a Carlton supporter.
Of course I am, yeah.
Now, how are you feeling, the Blues, this year? You know, we've won 3.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Look, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Do you just... I don't know. I don't know what it is with that side. Like, there's something... For me, it's like there's something wrong up the chain somewhere. Mm-hmm. And it's like, they come out and they'll play a game and you're like, we're back. Okay, wicked. And then the next week they'll get flogged by 60 points or something.
Not consistent enough.
They're not consistent. I don't know what's happening. Is it the coach? Is it the players? Is it honestly something like there's the environment or something? Are they like under too much pressure? And it's like, I don't know, but it's like, when he's something make you really sad. It's been 22 years.
Don't do that to me.
22
Tom.
years since the Premiership. 22 years
This
since
is
the
the thing.
Premiership.
The thing that's really strange about saying that is, like, Sam's a mad cat supporter, and how
Yeah.
was that? 42 years you guys went without a Premiership.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it was
right.
40 something.
So you got to look at a Cats fan that broke that drought. The Dogs, of course, last year.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Tiger supporters, Demons, Saints supporters. But for people don't understand with Carlton supporters, we're a club built on winning. We win premierships every
No,
decade.
I know.
This is, I think, our second longest drought.
Yeah,
I believe.
I'm feeling it. I wasn't there, but I can remember.
I remember
we
95.
were kids and we
Yep.
made up our own banners.
Yep.
That I had in the lounge room. We got to run through.
Yeah.
that was what we did.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what it is. It's like there's something wrong. There's something wrong at the core.
Sorry, I'm about to swear Nashville just scored.
Oh, yes, they did.
They leveled it up with 34 seconds on the clock.
That's good. Oh, that would be so good to be there right now, wouldn't it?
I think we're going to overtime.
Look at them yellow Predators jerseys in that crowd.
There's certain words I want to say right
That is
now.
a great. Actually, I've seen four Predators games in there, and that is a lot of fun.
I saw one. I was there, and it's a great atmosphere. When people talk about Nashville not being a real hockey town because it's basically there's no ice there essentially. But
Seriously, though, they sell
they
it
get
out.
behind it. Yeah,
they get right. That's the one thing I like about Americans. Mm-hmm. They're going to do something. Everyone sort of.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty cheap too.
Very cheap, very cheap. The one thing I would say about Nashville too, before we get to these 140s, is I was in Austin not long before I was in Nashville, and I didn't realize there was a bit of a rivalry with both cities claiming to be Music City.
Yeah.
I didn't really get it in Austin, whereas Nashville,
Yeah.
what's the main street down
Broadway,
Broadway,
yeah.
and like literally in the middle of the day, there's just people playing country music. There's just
every day.
with guitar,
Yeah,
playing
no,
away.
I fully get you. Texas is so big.
Mm-hmm.
Texas has its own music scene and own music charts. Like, there's Texas country music artists who just travel around Texas and will go and play to like 3,000-4,000 people a night. If they leave Texas, they literally leave an hour over the Texas border.
Nothing.
15 people will come.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, there's this Texas artist who's really big, really successful, plays to like 3,000-4,000 people a night in Texas. Went and did a show in Nashville, and there's this photo of like 20 people watching him.
That's insane.
And it's like, wow, okay, that's... People are like, just remember this is what he does out of Texas.
The thing that I find too with a lot of states in America, which I'm sure you've probably found, is that so many of the states, it's almost like they're their own countries. Like it's kind of
yeah.
like they're so different. Like Texas in itself, they think they're their own country,
Yeah,
right?
of course they do.
California,
Yeah, it's an amazing place, and I encourage everyone to go there. Like,
Definitely.
It's such a... Yeah.
you got to
You're
go,
right, though.
Sam. You've got to go.
I'm trying to get there. I want to. Don't worry about
Do
that.
it. You have to do it.
All right, Tom. I'm gonna pull this paper out now.
Okay, I'm
there's a
excited.
bit of an intro here. It's just be warned. There's I think a gunshot in here somewhere.
Okay.
Just make.
We are in America.
I was about to say. You said it, not me. I know we've got Americans listening today, so just be careful. But
I love it.
hello to all our Americans right now. It is high noon 40. So basically, Tom, I'm not going to ask you 40 questions. Don't
No,
worry.
that's okay.
I have a random collection of 40 questions here right now. You're going to give me, not all at once, one at a time, a number between 1 and 40, and I will ask you a corresponding question relating to that number.
Okay.
So, I right now need from you, Tom Wolfe, a number between 1 and 40.
Let's go 4. Number 4.
Number 4. I was 4 once. Just thought I would share that.
Yep.
I think we all were. How many bowls of cereal do you eat every single day, and why aren't you eating more?
I don't eat cereal.
Oh.
Never.
Wow.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a bowl of cereal.
That's...
I don't usually eat breakfast.
Okay, I'm not a big breakfast person. Did you find that in America their love of breakfast? It's a bit full on, isn't
Waffles.
it? It's like here you go, sir. Have
Yeah.
half your meal in a day in the morning.
Did discover Cracker Barrel though.
Oh yeah, how good's crack? Did you play that weird peg game?
Oh yeah. Oh,
What
yeah.
the hell is with that?
I love it.
I had like 5 Americans around me laughing and mocking me because I didn't know what to do the first time I played it. I'm like, dude, I'm Australian. We don't play peg games.
I just want to put it out there. If anyone's listening that works with Cracker Barrel, I really think you need to like sponsor the Wolf Brothers. 'Cause I reckon we paid a few wages while we were there, without a doubt in my mind.
Did you do Outback Steakhouse?
We did Outback Steakhouse, and when we went to Outback Steakhouse in America, they were like, "Are you guys actually Australian?"
Mm-hmm.
We were like, "Yeah, no, we're legitimately from Australia." Like, cool, because they said we just have a lot of people come in and pretend to be Australian. And we're like, no, we're legitimately from. He's like, "Did you want to hear my Australian accent?" and he's done this like awful Australian accent, like
Usually sounds British.
crikey, mate, like that. And it was like, well, that's nothing like it. He's like, yeah, I know, but it gets me heaps of tips.
See, when I went to Outback Steakhouse, like my friend at the time I was with, she's all like, "Oh my god, like he's really from Australia," like to the waitress, and didn't even care. It was like,
care,
"Oh,
no.
okay, what would you like? Some bloomin' onions?" Like it was just, it wasn't,
yeah,
it was nothing. There was no excitement. But I will say, the decor in the restaurant's not too bad. But I don't know if you saw the children's menu there. We got a couple of the children's menu. You can colour them in, all that sort of stuff. The map of Australia in front, no Tasmania,
Yeah.
and then in the middle they've got like a word search where it's like find the capitals of Australia. So Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide. Apparently they think the capital of Tasmania is Tasmania. Hobart is not on the list. So
Oh right, wow! I didn't know that.
there you go. The things you learn at Outback Steakhouse.
I'm gonna sort that out next
Do
time.
it,
I'm
yeah.
there.
We're gonna speak to the head of Outback Steakhouse.
I am.
Their ads have gotten better though. I think they've got a real Australian to do the ads. They used to have like a fake accent. Anyway,
Yeah.
another number between 1 and 40.
Let's go 12. Let's go 12.
Number 12. Who was? Oh, this has actually only been asked once before. Who was your favourite Power Ranger?
Oh, okay. I've always loved Red. So there was a Red. I couldn't tell you the
Jason.
name. But okay, when I was a kid and watching it, was there a green one?
Yeah, Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah. Everyone
Yeah,
liked the Green
yeah,
Ranger.
yeah, yeah.
He
There-
took over, like the red one was kind of the leader, like the cool one, and then Tommy came in. But
Yeah.
see, I loved Kim, the Pink Ranger, because Amy Jo Johnson just hello.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I think I hit puberty when I watched the Power Rangers at that point.
So
but
that's a memory, right?
but were you a Power Rangers fan?
No, I wasn't.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. I remember when I was watching, it was the green. I liked the green. He sort of came in. He was the cool guy.
Yeah, the cool one.
He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm now the leader." Yeah.
All right. Another number between 1 and 40.
Let's go 36.
36. Hello to our New Zealanders listening today. This generally only has one answer because it's a very Australian thing to do with
Okay.
this one. What's your favourite thing to order when you go out for a counter meal?
Well, it's either a steak or a palmy.
It's got to be the palmy, you know. That's
Palmy.
just it's palmy,
Palmy.
straight down there. Are you a palmy man, Sam?
I like a palmy, but I like a burger too.
Burger.
Burger's my go-to meal, really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go-to
There's
meal.
not if there's a good palmy on the menu though. Oh.
Yeah.
Especially one of those ones that have like the palmy menu where you can get like multiple, like you know.
See, I get when I go to places that have the palmy menus, I get a bit overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. You know, like really, I just want good ham or bacon, cheese,
Don't we all?
and and like red sauce, but then you see ones like sour cream and chips.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what do I even?
There's a nacho one that I had once, which actually was quite nice, and it had sort of like guacamole and
Yeah,
sour
yeah.
cream and
I
like.
had one once, a bolognese one.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
That was
Oh,
all
yeah.
right. That was
yeah.
all right.
We
like
shouldn't
the
really be
sound of
talking
that.
about this. I really want a palmy all
So
of a
do I.
sudden.
Haven't eaten today.
I'm feeling hungry now.
All right, another number.
Let's go 8.
Number 8. This, I think this is one you answered last week. I
Hey,
think.
you know what? So far, all the numbers have been divisible by 4. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, look at
So-
you,
Have they
Mr.
really?
Math
I have
Nerd.
been.
Yeah, I was,
Oh,
There
wow.
you go. All right. This
Am
is
I
one.
Rain Man now?
Can
I'm getting
you
excited.
can you fit your whole fist in your mouth?
Oh, I'll have a go. But
Go on, give us a crack.
No,
Go on.
no,
I
way.
don't think you can.
No.
You got big fists.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not going touching that one more. I think we're up to number 5 now. Give us the last one here, Tom.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it out. I'm gonna make you.
No, please.
I'm gonna make you.
Please.
Feel bad. I'm gonna say 13.
No!
Oh,
You're twitching now, aren't you? You're twitching now. Aren't you?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling uncomfortable now.
It's a music-based question
Okay.
too here, Tom.
Okay.
What did you do the night Whitney Houston died?
Absolutely nothing.
You know what's funny is when I ask that question and people literally say, "I didn't even know she died."
She died, yeah. Yes, no, she died. That'd be a couple of years ago now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 2013, 14, I think.
Yeah.
Man,
That's pretty sad, isn't it? Talented lady, just
We've lost a few.
drugs, and booze is the ruin of many, many good people in this world, and that's
Yeah.
another sad example. Anyway, there you go. So, but sorry, Whitney. No,
Sorry, Whitney.
Nothing.
Sorry. How'd you like them? How'd you like them
They were
compared to
good.
the folding and
liked
scrunching
it.
and
No,
the...
I liked it. There was a element of surprise, which is always fun.
I'm surprised still by them, Tom. I don't know these off by heart. So I'm like, oh my god, number 13.
I
Whitney
love it.
Houston.
I love it. Element of surprise on radio.
Good.
Because it's always the same old. Your album's out. This is the single. Talk about that. It's nice when someone throws you a few curveballs and you go,
That's what we do.
Okay.
That's literally people's reaction when they listen to us. Oh, okay, that's different.
No, that's good. That's good. That's what you want. That's what you
Tom,
want.
it's a pleasure, mate. It's so good to do this. Good luck with the new album. Just when is the new album playing? You got
Look, we're not going to rush to the next one. We're probably going to drop another couple of singles off the Crazy Life album. We've pumped 3 albums out in 5 years and a live DVD. So we've worked really hard. We just really want to take the time and get the next one really, really right and exactly what we want. And hopefully we'll change the world with that one.
You will. You will.
But boys, appreciate it. Appreciate everything. And
We won't make it 2 years next time.
No, we won't. It's good to be back in here. We'll do this again. I'll bring the other boys with me. And
Please do.
We'll have some fun.
Form, we'll sing a duet with you.
Yeah, love it.
We'll
Love
learn your
I
songs.
love all that. Love all that.
We are back to the music. We've still got a couple hours to go on High Noon. Plenty to talk about. Edge Radio 99.3 FM. Edge Radio 99.3 FM. That's Emma Rusak. Everybody cares. It's 1 o'clock on the dot. High Noon. Just tuning in right now. You missed Tom Wolfe. Where were you, people? Rude. All right. Tom demanded your listenership. People.
He did.
It really did. Sam is there. I'm Ben. If you didn't know, Dakota's not here. It's probably a good thing. It's off doing 15-year-old stuff. I don't know. But we've got a bit to get to because we've had Tom the first hour, so we haven't really done our usuals. But I should mention we're on air till 3 today because Stewie Gravitational Waves is not here today. Neither is Mason. So therefore we are here to help you out through the rest of the afternoon. Before I get into our segments and before I just again, sad the fact that we're going to overtime in the hockey and I'm going to lose and I'm going to be on air and I'm going to cry. Kevin Bacon has been taken down, and I just realised that when Tom mentioned the word bacon before, I realised that our Kevin Bacon picture got taken down. But Samuel. Yes. You can hear me shuffling through some stuff right now.
I can.
I came prepared for this. I brought backup bacon.
You've got another bacon.
Now, we went over this last week. We had the sexy picture of Kevin last week in his suit, looking all nice and hot and Kevin-esque bacon. I deliberately kept this one. Now, how would you describe this picture of Kevin Bacon I'm holding up to you right now?
Very teethy.
Very teethy.
Yeah, it's got the teeth are the bit that stand out. Teeth and the glasses.
He's very happy though, is he not? Like he's very like.
Oh, he looks pleased. He looks like he's just heard a joke or something.
Well, this to me is the joke itself because I'm going to put this up and it's going to be like, haha, you can keep taking me down.
Either that, it's possible he's had a bowel movement too. I think.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, good call.
I have to say, I'm not that familiar with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah. How are you actually on this show right now? How are you, my friend?
Well, I don't know.
Why are you my friend?
I don't know.
Kevin Bacon is God amongst men.
I kind of recognise him and I know the name, but
think
about what he's in, I think.
All right, I'm going to say...
I don't really know the guy.
I'm going to say a name to you and it's going to stir up certain feelings inside of yourself. Gary Ablett Jr.
Ah, Gaz.
There you go. All right, now say Kevin Bacon to me.
Gaz.
Oh, no, hang on. He's going to need a bit more of a moment.
Oh, sorry, Ben. I switched out of it.
Yeah, say Kevin Bacon to me.
Kevin Bacon.
Ah, Kevin Bacon.
Kevin.
Little Kevin, his little legs. Running out there for the Gold Coast. Oh, wrong person. But that's Kevin Bacon, all right? So we're going to put him back up in the studio because who keeps... In what world does somebody... this is what Dakota and I got angry about the other week. Who walks into an Edge Radio studio? It's, all right, nice my show today. Cool, awesome. They look up, they see all the other posts, they see a picture of Kevin Bacon and go, I'm taking that down. I will not stand for a photo of a well-esteemed actor staring at me throughout this show.
Well, look, Ben, I think that sort of decision to take the picture down is as odd as the decision to put it up in the first place.
Well, okay, I see your point. But what harm is it doing?
Right, exactly.
What harm is Kevin Bacon doing on the Wall and Edge Radio?
I don't think that one will get pulled down, though.
If it gets pulled down, I won't be here for 7 weeks. It will be down by 7 weeks.
He does look luscious in that.
It really does.
I have to say.
Doesn't he? You forget your sexuality looking at a picture of Kevin Bacon.
If you think about him having a bowel movement at that moment, that makes it even funnier.
What a man. What a mighty man. All right, we need to do some stuff. We haven't done a lot of our usuals here, Sam. What's going on? I need to make sure that can you see something there in the distance? Can you hear that sound? It sounds like a train. You're not wearing your headphones, so you can't actually hear it. But I can hear a train. It's coming along. There it is. It's tooting along. You meant to play up to it. You meant to go,
oh
yeah. The train.
Oh, I can hear it now.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Toot, toot.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
It's bringing us the news, Sam.
Oh, love it.
See what I did there? Yep. That's what it is. We're bringing you news today. abc.net.au. These are the headlines. Tasmanian ambulance response times are the worst in the country. There are calls for more than 100 additional paramedics in Tasmania, as the latest data reveals its response times are the slowest of all states, and funding from government sources dropping $5.4 million in the year since Liberal government took office. Well, look, we maybe needed to have this story read out a week ago when we had Mr. Willie H in studio here, Samuel.
Exactly.
There you go. All right, keeping on the non-local news, apparently, Trump decries single greatest witch hunt in US history. US President Donald Trump, yep, that's still a thing, people, strikes a defiant tone after days of political turmoil, styling himself as the victim of a witch hunt and denying he ever asked former FBI Director James Comey to drop a probe into alleged collusion with Russia. That's, look, Trump, what are you going to do?
Probe. That word sticks out for me.
Yeah, okay. This is a bit of a sad one. We're gonna talk about this, I feel, at some point and do a bit of a tribute to him. Chris Cornell sadly passed away overnight, and it's been revealed that he took his own life. Soundgarden and Audioslave frontman Chris Cornell took his own life in a Detroit hotel, according to the city's medical examiner. More Donald Trump. Okay, we're going back to him. Trump going further than most on US first presidential trip. While most sitting US presidents choose to stay close to home when first traveling abroad, Donald Trump has opted for a tour of the Middle East, followed by a trip to Europe. You know, he hasn't left the country since he's been president.
Hasn't he?
Nope. They did a chart of first 100 days comparing Bush, Obama, and Clinton and Trump. All of them had at least been to, Mexico or Canada. He's not left. In all fairness, he hasn't left the golf course in Florida. So
there you go. But we've got Skype now, haven't we?
We do, yes. No one's done Skype better than I have. Skype is, I've done Skype. No one else has done Skype. Sad. That's my Donald Trump impression. I can't do Donald Trump. 10th person arrested in ATO fraud scandal, charged over alleged tax conspiracy. Simon Anquetil, 33, has become the 10th person arrested and charged in relation to conspiracy to defraud the Commonwealth of taxation revenue totaling more than $165 million, if you don't mind. My goodness me. A 37-year-old Mirrabooka man has been charged with the alleged stabbing death of a 4-year-old golden Labrador. Why? Why would you stab a golden Labrador?
I don't know. It depends what the dog did.
True, but, I guess why would you stab any living thing? It's like humans are okay, but not a dog. That's not what I'm saying. This is a bit of sad news. Us as motorsport fans, former MotoGP champion Nicky Hayden has suffered severe brain damage and is in an extremely critical condition after being hit by a car while cycling in Italy.
Yeah, that's very sad, Ben, and hopefully he pulls through, because I was just thinking just last night that Nicky Hayden, has an amazing personality. He's one of the most interesting people in sports. So let's hope he pulls through.
Man outside the studio, Sam, Dick Smith. Just thought I'd just random little game Sam
Good
and I
call.
play.
He did have a bit of dick about him.
We see a person and we generally wow, you just said that. We see a person and equate them to a famous person, but Dick Smith, what a man. Yeah, so sad. I woke up to this morning. This is a bit sad as well. Shocking news. A speeding car plowed through pedestrians on a footpath in New York City's Times Square, killing one person and injuring 22. Not a terrorist attack, but still sad. And here's one. I said we've got some Americans listening to the show today. Here's some real Australian news for our Americans to sink their teeth into. Koalas are under threat of being wiped out in parts of Queensland and New South Wales, says conservation group WWF Australia, blaming land clearing for rapidly destroying the mammal's bush habitats. Now, look, we love our state down here, Sam. We love Tasmania, but we sadly don't have koalas in Tasmania.
That's a shame, isn't it?
We have drop bears, though. Drop bears.
Drop bears.
Terrifying animals. Just
that'd be good. Koalas, they look cuddly, don't they? But they've got sharp claws.
Koalas are actually one of the most boring animals in the animal kingdom.
Really?
There's a video on YouTube. A comedian puts together these educational videos on animals, like real facts about animals. And it's hilarious. I think you just type in koalas boring and it comes up with this video. And it just explains why koalas are boring. They just don't do anything.
They don't, do they?
They don't do a thing. I think even sloths at least do things.
That's true. You'd want to take a koala to bed with you.
Oh, of course you would. They're cute, they're cuddly. They're not bears, but they're, they're cute. Overtime started, all right? Oh, I can't watch it. First goal wins. All right, weather. Let's talk about the weather today. I've already gone over this, but we'll go over it again. 15 degrees today, cloudy, chance of morning fog in the north. Light winds becoming east to northeasterly, 10 to 20 kilometres in the middle of the day, then becoming light in the evening. 5% chance of rain. 15 degrees the top. Currently it's 14.7. And we are the coldest city in Australia right now, capital at least. Just behind Canberra, they're on 15.2. And Adelaide, a little chilly today, 15.9. As always, Darwin hogging the heat limelight, 32.2 degrees for our Darwinians.
Give me a bit of that.
Is that the correct terminology? Darwinians? Darwinians? Possibly. The weekend, though, not looking too good if you're going out and about and doing stuff. 90% chance of rain tomorrow, 17 degrees. Sunday, possible morning shower, 18. Monday, 18, mostly sunny. Tuesday, day I leave this country for a while, 17 degrees and showers. Wednesday, shower 2, 16, and Thursday, 17 degrees. I don't really bring sport into this because there's generally not a whole lot of sport on a Friday, but I will say the mighty Cronulla Sharks, reigning premiers, 18-14 victors over the North Queensland Cowboys. Back to the top of the ladder, Sam.
On a Thursday night, was it?
Yes, it was. So come from behind win, I believe, and just... Still 2-2 in this NHL game.
So for a Shark, wouldn't you say come from below?
Oh, I see what you're on a roll here today,
Boom,
Sam.
boom, boom, boom.
You've been missing this radio.
Ah,
You have.
I have. Yeah, now I've been saving all these things up, but that's how I roll.
That's how you roll. That's how you roll. We're going to go back to the music. We're going to come back. We've still got to sing today. We're going to talk about, I think, a bit of Chris Cornell at some point. I've got I tease this at the top. I've got a huge story I want to talk to you about. In regards to some land being stolen away by the mainland. We'll get to that. But plenty to come. We've still got a good hour and 50 minutes on High Noon. Get excited here on Edge Radio.
You're listening to High Noon, Lunchbox with Ben, here on Edge Radio 99.3 FM.
High Noon on Edge Radio 99.3 FM. That is Wax and Nothing is Always. It is 14 minutes past 1. Hope you are having a swell day. A swell day, Sam. This ice hockey is making me poop myself. It's still 2-2. We're in overtime. 14 minutes remaining in the first OT. Nashville are on the attack right now. It looks like Anaheim are doing all the attacking, but I can't even watch that. I'm going to look at it at any point right now to see that they've lost, and I'm going to cry. If you ever want to hear a grown man cry on our lunchtime radio in Hobart, it might happen today. Sam, how do you feel about whips?
Whips?
Whips. I'm going to whip you right now. Just stand
Okay.
still. There's one.
Oh.
Get ready for a second.
Oh,
Are you ready for a third?
oh, stop. No more, please.
This is the segment where we whip some information into you about this day. Today's May the 19th, in case you didn't know. So we like to tell you whose birthdays it is, what's happened on this day, what observances there are. So let's start off with on this day, Sam. On this day, we generally go for the good news ones. We don't generally go for all the deaths and the sadness with it, which is a bit difficult because a lot of these look like they're being very bad news on this day over the years.
What about 1991? Croatians vote for independence in a referendum.
Bit of good news there,
Is
I
that
would
good
say.
news?
That is good news, I would say. If you're Croatian, you probably like being independent.
What about the people that they became independent from?
The Soviet Union don't exist anymore, so
Okay.
I think they're pretty okay with that. In 1997, the Sierra Gorda Biosphere, the most ecological diverse region in Mexico, is established as a result of grassroots efforts. Oh, there you go. Why not? What else are we here? 1971, Mars probe program, Mars 2, is launched by the Soviet
There's
Union.
that word probe again. That's twice today. Probe.
It's following us.
Probe.
You need to calm down, I think, Sammy Mac. The 1986, we talked about guns before in America. It seems to be a theme. The Firearm Owners Protection Act is signed into law by the US President Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Don't know much about that one. Again, Americans and guns. So, what else have we got here? Oh, this is a big one. If you're a Norwegian, on this day in 1917, the Norwegian football club Rosenborg BK is founded.
Rosenborg.
100th
BK.
anniversary of Rosenborg BK. There you go.
Well,
the world's
it is,
first
yeah.
national park service was established on this day, Parks Canada, by the Dominion Parks branch under the Department of the Interior. There you go. There apparently was a Mexican-American War, and on this day in 1848, Mexico ratifies the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, thus ending the war and seceding California, Nevada, Utah, and parts of 4 other modern-day U.S. states to the United States for a paltry sum, Sam, of $15 million.
$15 million.
There you go.
Wow.
That's all right, isn't it?
Extraordinary.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, there's a lot more there. We're not going to get too much history. Observances, I'm going to guess today is probably Independence Day in Croatia. I haven't even looked at these yet. Is it Croatian Independence Day? No, they must have a different day then. It is the commemoration of Atatürk Youth and Sports Day in Turkey and Northern Cyprus today. Greek Genocide Remembrance Day in Greece. It is Ho Chi Minh's birthday in Vietnam. It is Malcolm X Day in the US of A. National Asian and Pacific Island... I'll start that again. National Asian, I said it correctly, I don't know why I'm starting again, and Pacific Islander HIV/AIDS Awareness Day in the United States.
Wow.
So if you are in Asia and the Pacific Islands, you don't observe this day. But if you're in America, hey, AIDS is a thing today.
It is.
Apparently. That's the only day you're aware of it. America has 3 very diverse days on this day. It is also Hepatitis Testing Day in the US of A today. So, again, to all our American listeners, I shouldn't be laughing. Go and get yourself tested for hepatitis today. It's the day to do it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like it.
It was Mother's Day on the weekend, of course, Sam, but if you're listening to us in Kyrgyzstan, it's Mother's Day today. So, they like to be a bit different in Kyrgyzstan.
Good stuff, good stuff. But what about birthdays, Ben?
Well, birthdays. Birthdays are a good one. Now,
Birthdays?
this website, you haven't really experienced this website before, I believe. This is famousbirthdays.com. They like to rank birthdays based on the fame of certain people. So, according to this, the most famous person's birthday today is the iconic, the legendary Jojo Siwa, a 13-year-old dancer,
Okay.
who apparently is more famous than Grammy and Academy Award winning Sam Smith, who,
Interesting.
of course, has done the most recent James Bond song. We will play that. We're going to play 2 James Bond songs today, actually, now, based on that. It's a pretty rubbish James Bond song, but we'll still play it anyway. I don't like any of the other music, so we'll tolerate that. Andre the Giant's birthday. Iconic. You would have heard of Andre the Giant. Come on, Sam. I don't know if you're a
Heard of
wrestling
him.
fan, but...
A wrestler. Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's a real sport sometimes. Obviously, the reason why it must be Malcolm X Day is because it would have been his birthday today, Malcolm X. There you go. One of your favourite sports, soccer, the legendary Andrea Pirlo is 37.
Never heard of him, Ben.
He's a legend
Must
of the
be
sport.
why he's 9th on the list here.
Kevin Garnett, legendary basketball players, 40. Today, I had a good friend of mine was a big Boston Celtics fan, and he often would speak of his homosexual thoughts for Kevin Garnett, even though he was married to a very beautiful woman. So I often would consider that relationship a bit strange.
Interesting. I missed a bit of that, but interesting. Grace Jones, 68.
Yeah, well, James Bond again, 68. She was, of course, Mayday in A View to a Kill.
She should be a few higher.
I think so. I
the
think so.
list.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Who else have we got here? Not a whole lot of completely famous.
Just down a bit.
Down?
Up, sorry.
Up. Who are we looking here? You found someone?
Male Flanagan, 51,
Yes.
voice actress.
Big
yes. Let's just say it's a good thing she's a voice actor and not going on the screen.
Samuel.
Hello to Mrs. What's her name if you're listening.
I really hope that she's not.
No, she won't be. Don't worry.
Today's a horrible day for birthdays. Nobody famous has their birthday today, except for obscure people. Oh, Pol Pot. Pol Pot. Well, he's not exactly a good person, but would have been his birthday today.
No, they are a pretty bland, boring lot today.
Which really does sum up what way we're going to play Sam Smith and Writings on the Wall. Let's be honest, one of the worst James Bond songs of recent times. It doesn't hold a candle to one we will play a little bit later on.
I didn't mind this one, actually.
Look, as a song, it's okay. As a James Bond song, Australia says no. And the rest of the world. Although this did win an Academy Award for Best Song, the second James Bond film to do it. Can you tell me, Samuel, what was the first James Bond song to win Best Song at the Academy Awards?
Golly, that's... So 2 of them have won Grammy Awards, you just
This is the Academy Award. I think
Academy.
multiple have won Grammys, but this is the
Oh,
Academy
okay, I
for Best
see.
Song in a Motion Picture. Only 2 have ever done it.
Golly, the Paul McCartney one.
No. Adele, Skyfall, was the very first
Really?
to win it. After 50 years, James Bond had
So
never
they've
won
Just had 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
There you go.
And I'm not an Adele fan either, but I would argue Skyfall poops all over Writings on the Wall. But anyway, here's Writings on the Wall. Sam Smith from the 2015 James Bond film Spectre. Happy birthday, Sam Smith. Enjoy here on High Noon. It's Radio 99.3 FM. It is Edge Radio 99.3 FM. Sam Smith, writings on the wall. Happy birthday, Sammy Smith, you little trooper.
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith.
Smith.
He's bugging New Zealand.
Oh, choice brew.
Choice brewed it with Sam
Oh,
Smith here on
choice.
Hot Soxy Sox Point Sox, Dunedin's number one radio station.
Wow, choice brew.
What'd you think of that, brew?
I thought it was really good brew. I give it a 6 out of 6.
A socks? That's a bit interesting.
Yes, well, I saw someone earlier on today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he said he gave it, out of 100, he gave it 66.6.
66.6.
I said, rubbish, should be 76.6.
Can we do this one time, just New Zealand accent?
I'll show.
Yeah, one of our Forget Lyrics today, New Zealand accent. We have to do one of our solos in a New Zealand accent.
Well, why don't we just do this whole segment like this?
Segment?
Segment.
Well, you can. I'm gonna be serious.
Fine,
Susan.
well, I will. I will have you know.
You know, the funniest thing is on one of our podcasts, I've been covering Survivor New Zealand, and I have to host it with 2 other New Zealanders, and I have to behave, Sam, because I'm the odd man out.
Really?
Oh, really? And they're talking. They're going, oh, this week on Survivor New Zealand, it was very interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting. I just want to send a shout out. She always goes off at me when I say her name on radio because she doesn't like it. Raquel, my friend in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, is listening. I'm going to be visiting her in a couple of weeks. I'm actually going to be driving. I've never driven in America. I am scared. But I would like to think that right now she is just learning and discovering the differences between Australian accents and New Zealand accents.
Well,
Right.
I think
Yes.
I think that she should know it.
Well, let's right now. This is how a normal person sounds. Hello, I'm Australian. And this is how somebody who's a bit crazy sounds. Yes, hello, I'm not from Australia. I'm from Wellington.
Exactly. She should know that.
That's the difference, Raquel. Raquel, that's her name in Kiwi.
Exactly. That's what I think.
You thunk. Now, I want to talk about this. This is a story that's developed in the last 24 or so hours. I was prepping this show, and this wasn't even on the agenda until I stumbled across this last night. Now, I recorded a segment for The Brink, available on iTunes right now, our former show, with a good friend of ours, Mr. Joshua Shoebridge. And we spent a good portion of our segment last night talking about this. King Island. Now, you've been to King Island, or have you been to Flinders?
I've been to Flinders
You've
Island.
been to Flinders. You've been to Flinders. Flinders Island? Flinders Island. So for those not in the know, I guess Raquel and anybody else who's listening, King Island is a small island on that's the top northwest, is it?
It is northwest.
So Flinders is
Tasmania, so
northeast,
it's about
so-
halfway between Tasmania and Victoria.
I think
in Bass
it's
Strait.
in a bit closer to Tassie, though, is it not? Like, I think it's...
Oh, geez, it's about halfway actually.
About
maybe
halfway.
maybe tad closer to Tasmania. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
pretty much halfway.
If you look at a map of Tasmania, generally you'll see 2 small islands on the top, like basically above our corners. And King is, northwest. So we love them. King Island, Flinders Island, they're beautiful parts. I've never been to either. You've been to Flinders, we've established that. But they're having a bit of trouble at the moment, Sam. They're having some freight issues. Basically, it seems that they're not getting as much stuff to the island as they want. Freight.
Well, that's not great, is it?
The freight is not great, mate,
Yes.
to wait for your freight. It's really bad.
Has it been late? Is that
I think that's
late?
I think so.
Well, that's not
So they're kind of, they're going over the Tasmanian government, blah blah blah, where's our freight? But there's a woman on King Island. Now, I did have a name on me last night, but I'm not going to give her the time of day right now because she's an idiot. She wants to she's sending a letter and a petition to Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull asking them to secede from Tasmania and become part of Victoria. And Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews came out yesterday and said, yeah, we'll have King Island.
Oh, he wants the cheese, isn't he?
Well, it's all about the cheese,
The cheese.
and the cream and the King
Cheese.
Island dairy.
We got golf courses.
6% of
Yep.
Tasmania's economy is produced by King Island. There's a statistic for you, Sam.
statistic?
An island of only 1,800 people, and they produce 6% of our economy.
Well, that's great, mate.
That
If only
is-
they could get their freight up there.
Yeah, it's a bit late.
It's late.
It is.
Yes.
Now,
That's why they're berating others.
you got your thesaurus out there. Is that what your rhyming dictionary?
Yes, I struggled with that last one.
I think you need to put that in a crate.
Crate. Crate.
Yes, it's just I can't even think of any other words. But anyway, this makes me mad. Sam. This makes me mad.
Well, it sounds like up there there's a lot of hate.
It's nearly 8, Sam.
Sorry.
segment's going too long. This makes me so mad because, like, Victoria is a great state. I like Victoria. It's got Melbourne. There's nothing wrong with Victoria, except for this, right? You've got your own little islands. You've got Phillip Island.
Phillip?
Some other islands that I don't know, but I'm sure there's other islands in Victoria. Like, don't touch our islands, okay? This is an integral part of Tasmania. And I say to Daniel Andrews, go and get stuffed. What do you say to Daniel? Do you care about this, or am I just like getting mad here?
So he just said, we'll have it, mate?
He's just like, yeah, mate, we'll have it. We'll get their freight, mate, and not make it late at 8 in the crate.
Good stuff. Well,
Bait.
the King Island people probably like the sound of that.
Well, the thing that I learnt about this is it's not a simple case of this woman sending a petition to Malcolm, and Malcolm can't just like open his mail and be like, oh, death threat, death threat, death threat.
Yeah.
Oh, King Island wants to be kind of Victoria. Tick. Like, that can't happen. Apparently, if this is a legitimate thing, if King Island tomorrow were like, yep, all 1,800 of us want to become part of Victoria.
Yeah.
It's actually, because it's part of Tasmania, we have to have a referendum. So Tasmania has to go to the polls to vote yes or no to let them secede and join another state.
Oh, there you go.
Now, my question is here, if this became a thing, do you think that A, Tasmanians would care enough to even give two hoots about this, and B, is it worth the money and the time and the waste of resources to kind of go to the polls to kind of save plucky little old King Island?
Well, if it's contributing 6% to the Tasmanian economy, I would say there's not a chance
That we would want to lose it.
that the rest of Tasmania would agree. They would say, no way, Jose. Not on your Nelly, Freddie.
What's a Nelly Freddy?
Not on your Nelly? Is that...
No, I've never heard of that saying before, Sam. Is that a King Island saying? Or?
They'd say, no way. Get stuffed.
No way, get stuffed. What's that? The long way to the shop if you want a sausage roll. No way, big nose, get stuffed. The other word.
Yeah.
That reminded me of what that was.
Yeah.
So you would vote for, should King Island become part of Victoria? No.
No.
This is outrageous, Sam.
But I would do that because it was funny. Yeah, not because I care about anything else.
I just, this is like the weirdest news. It's so strange to think that this is actually a thing. Think about the maps, right? You look at a map of Tasmania, as I said, it's very balanced out. Like you were going on before about your numbers of 4. You like patterns and
I do like patterns.
Continuity, right? Nice map of Tasmania. It's, that kind of, what is it, a shape? I mean, people say it looks like a vagina, but I'm not going there. But it's got the two, you said dick before, I can say vagina. It's got two little islands at the top. Again, you can see what I'm doing here with my hands, but nobody at home can. If you make that part of Victoria, what's the map of Victoria going to look like? Here's Victoria, a big bit of space, and an island.
Yeah, well, I suppose that it loses some symmetry.
It does. And I'm one for symmetry staying symmetrical. That's the word, right?
But maybe it's not that important. I mean, you and I went to Malaysia once.
We
man.
did, yes.
They had Tasmania sitting underneath Perth.
Well, I mean, we'd been away for a while, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
just global warming. It just pushed the island to the left a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah, look, I just think this is ridiculous. I think, get your hands off our islands, Victoria. Go after Kangaroo Island. That's closer to you.
Kangaroo Island.
South Australia.
South Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Have you been to Italy before, Sam?
Italy?
Adelaide, not Italy.
Oh, Adelaide.
Italy?
Oh.
No, Adelaide.
Gee, I'm not sure you're pronouncing that correctly, bro.
Adelaide.
Oh, choice. No, I've never been to Adelaide. I'd like
Beautiful
to go
city.
there.
It's a nice city.
I'd like to go and check it out.
Yeah, it's a good city, Adelaide. So,
Yeah.
hello to Adelaide if you're listening. You're not trying to steal our islands.
No.
Victoria are. Screw you, Victoria. All right, let's go back into some music. We're going to come back. We're still going to sing. We've got plenty of stuff. 0427 334 336 if you want to talk to us at all. Should mention, Ducks won, Sam. Ducks won. 3-2. They did it. They won it in overtime. It's 2-2 in the Western Conference Finals. Go the Mighty Ducks. I would play their theme song if they had one, but it's ice hockey, not AFL.
They got it done. Good stuff.
Let's just play Quack, Quack, Quack. It is Edge Radio High Noon. You're listening to it. It is High Noon, Edge Radio 99.3 FM. That's Quakers and Mummy featuring Diverse, 21 minutes to 2. Usually you'd think we're about to close things up very soon, but we're on air till 3 o'clock today, folks, if you just tuned in. Gravitational Waves, Stewie and Mason, sadly not on today. We'll be filling in. We'll bring you a few science things here and there if you're a regular listener. I mean, I used a Bunsen burner once, so that qualifies me, I think. What about you? Were you a science man? Or
I used to do science at high school.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know what a Bunsen burner is, and I've seen Breaking Bad. And
Yeah. Let's talk about Breaking Bad for an hour in the next. We're going to be singing as well. We've got some Forget Lyrics, and I'm excited for Forget Lyrics today because with no Dakota means you're in his place, and it's been a few years since you've done Forget Lyrics. And can I say, Sam, you were a decent Forget the Lyrica.
Really?
I-
Yeah, because I remember myself as being quite bad.
Well, when you weren't rhyming cat and hat and mat, you
Yeah.
tended to turn out okay. So.
Maybe my good stuff was all right, but I remember my bad stuff being pretty bad.
Look, I do remember a very good one you did to all the small things related to Maria Sharapova, Rana Naveed, and grunting.
Grunting.
So it was pretty decent. So maybe we can bring back some of that magic today.
I do like my grunting.
We're gonna come up with some songs, our solos, our duets. I think we've got at least one of our duets planned. But Chris Cornell now sadly passed away overnight. 52. Suicide it has been ruled as. Now, I only really knew him from James Bond, You Know My Name, which we'll play very soon. 2006 film Casino Royale, and of course Black Hole Sun.
Yeah.
I think we'll do that for Forget Lyrics today, I feel. But you sounded like you were more of a fan than I was, Sam. Tell us about your fandom of Chris Cornell, Audio Slave, Soundgarden.
Well, yeah, Audio Slave, really. I didn't really know much of Chris Cornell before then, except that he was the lead singer of Soundgarden. Soundgarden was a little bit before my time, so not that familiar with the Soundgarden stuff. But yes, always loved their Audio Slave albums, and he also did several solo
He did,
albums.
yes.
I think might have been four solo albums post the Audio Slave days. And one of them I really loved. It was a bit of an experimental album that he did with Timbaland.
That's actually, I say I wasn't that familiar with him, but I actually do have that album. I remember because I think I got it not long after Casino Royale, and I mean this was back in the days when Timbaland was, the late 2000s Pitbull, when he was just basically every singer at that point had, Timbaland featured, and I didn't mind it. I thought it was a pretty decent album compared to the reviews. I mean, I think it got ripped to shreds, did it not?
Yeah, I think so. But I just love it when artists go out on a limb and do something different. I asked Tom Wolfe earlier on, Ben, if he was prepared to do something like that with his band. But and hopefully they do. But the album Scream was certainly one of those sort of experimental albums. Had a lot of how do you say?
Songs on it, or
had songs on it. Had songs on it. I'm not that familiar with music terminology, but it had a lot of electronic sort of
right, yeah,
music
sort of, I know
backing
what you
it.
mean.
Rather than his normal sort of guitar based songs. So, he put out another album relatively recently. I think it might have been last year. And Higher Truth it was called.
2015.
Yeah, 2015, and that's one I've actually been listening to lately. So had it on in the car a couple of days ago. So
there you go.
Yeah, so been thinking a lot about him recently, given that he's been on my car radio. So I'm very sad to see that he passed.
Now I ask a question to you here because it's always a sad thing when we lose an iconic musician, and it often brings up the conversation. I feel you remember certain ones. I mean, we jokingly had that Whitney Houston question before with Tom, but I mean, there's generally always a musical artist at some point in your life that you vividly remember when they die. I mean, in the last 12 months, obviously, we've lost Bowie, we've lost Prince, George Michael, people like that. And I mean, to me, obviously, personally for myself, Michael Jackson. I mean, I was on air. I was on air with Josh in this very show. I was sitting in this very seat live on air when it was happening, and I had to announce it. I had people come to me say, Ben, you will always be the person that broke the news that Michael Jackson died to me. Yeah. I left the studio. I cried on the way home. I was in tears, and that to me was a big one. I mean, have you had one in your lifetime, or if you haven't, is there an artist that perhaps if they died right now, you would be extremely devastated?
Well, I can't think of one offhand, but I remember something similar, Ben. That's when Dan Weldon died. Racing car driver, one of my very, very favourites. I was watching the telecast when that happened. Someone had told me that there was an accident, so I watching on the TV of all the aftermath of the accident. And, it was becoming clearer and clearer through the telecast that wasn't looking good, and finally they announced it at the end, and that was just a terrible day, that one. So yeah, certainly know how that feels.
So there wouldn't be another singer that you would think that perhaps who's your favourite singer? Do you have a favourite singer band? I mean, I know you like the Bloodhound Gang and Blink-182 and those sort of bands, but I don't know, would you be completely devastated if their lead singer died right now?
Oh yeah, no, that would certainly be shocking. Much like seeing Chris Cornell pass. Anyone that you know of and think of from time to time because you're playing their records or whatever. Very, very shocking to see if they've passed away. But oh golly, I'm not sure.
Justin Bieber, I could see you'd be sad if the Biebs died.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In all seriousness, though, jokes aside about Justin Bieber, I mean, if he tragically passed away, I know a lot of people jokingly say, I'd be so happy about that. But, I mean, that'd be pretty devastating. He's only 22, 23, and whether you like his music or not, that's a bit too young to die. So
yeah, it'd be pretty shocking to see.
We don't want that happening again, people. If right now the breaking news comes out that Justin Bieber has been killed, we didn't do it. But yeah, obviously very sad about Chris Cornell. We're going to play a track by him right now. This to me is one of the all-time great James Bond things. We heard one of the all-time worst a few minutes ago by Sam Smith. This is one of the all-time greats. This deserved an Academy Award more than Writings on the Wall. This is You Know My Name by Chris Cornell, 2006 film of Casino Royale. And look, I have a podcast called 007 available now via iTunes, and we did a recent rankings where we ranked all the songs, and I believe I ranked this at number 2 or 3. Actually, I think it was number 2.
Number 2.
Said this was the second greatest James Bond theme of all time. Sounds so Bondian. You hear the opening guitar. Dun it. I'm not even going to do it. You're about to hear it. This, to me, signifies James Bond. Here it is. You Know My Name, Chris Cornell, rest in peace, tragically died the last 24 hours. Edge Radio 99.3 FM. It is Edge Radio 99.3 FM. You are tuned into High Noon. Not really. It's kind of gravitational waves, but it's also High Noon because gravitational waves, if you're listening right now, you're like, yay, science! Stewie and Mason sadly can't make it today, so we're filling in for him next hour of High Noon. But we're also here, Sam, to give you a little bit of science. Now Stewie's handed on me a few links here. He said, Ben, don't expect you to talk about science, all right? You don't know, you're dumb. That's what he said to me. Ben, you're a dumb bum. You know nothing about science. I said, Stewie, you're right. I'm stupid. But he's at least given us a few links here that we can have some honourable mentions. This is what he's called this. Honourable mention. So this is the first time that you and I are reading this. We have not prepped. So for all we know, this could be the most inappropriate topics in the world, and we will fix this up by singing for you in our next few segments, all right?
Well, no, look, Ben, being on radio is a bit about thinking on your feet, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So I think we can get this done. I reckon we can,
You ready for this? You've been doing your sit-ups? Get a bit of inspiration by looking at the Kev, the bacon.
I just ran a couple of Ks.
You did? Well, break, so show off much.
I actually did. I went and moved my car.
He actually moved his car. All right, so the first one we've got here, this is according to ifscience.com. What a website that is. T-Rex's pulverizing bite the force of it is equaled to the weight of 3 cars. So just think about that. If you were bitten by a T-Rex, it would be like being crushed by 3 cars.
Okay, so it's safe to say they'd probably be biting through your bones.
I would say you would be nothing more than squashed guts everywhere at that point. So, Jurassic Park when, the lawyer's on the toilet and he gets bitten?
Yeah.
I think that's a bit unrealistic because he was kind of still in one piece until the T-Rex shook him in half.
He'd have probably been bitten in half, wouldn't he?
I think his intestines would have been coming out of his bottom.
So the bottom half of the lawyer could have finished his business on the toilet.
Pretty much. But going into this story, this is by somebody called Robin Andrews. Good bloke, Robin. I like Robin, one of my favourite scientists. Did you know that if a Tyrannosaurus Rex tripped over while running at full speed, it would fall so quickly and so far that it would smash its own skull on the ground without any proper arms, poor little T-Rex arms, to break its clumsy descent? Any stumble would have doomed these befeathered beasts.
Okay, so the moral of what we're talking about this morning, or this afternoon now, is that if you are ever being chased by a T-Rex, you better hope that he trips over and falls.
Trip them over.
That's the only thing that's going to save you.
Simple. It's that easy. It's information like this, perhaps along with the facts that it's one of the good guys in Jurassic World, that has made the T-Rex a little less frightening than it once was. However, as a new study in Scientific Reports has revealed, its bite force was as much as 8,000 pounds, about 36,000 newtons, for all those scientific-minded people out there, which would be the equivalent of 3 cars stacked collapsing on something something, so maybe it's deserving of fear after all.
That's interesting. You know, you remind me of a little story when I went to the cinema to see Jurassic Park. What year is Jurassic Park?
1993.
93. Okay, so I would have been 8.
I was
At the
6.
cinema with my siblings. When the lawyer got eaten off the toilet by the Tyrannosaurus, we thought that was funny. We were laughing. And
Sigma Crossing family.
yeah, well, we were laughing. A woman in the cinema told us off. She
Oh,
said,
really?
That's not funny. Actually, yeah, it is funny. It's a lawyer getting eaten off a toilet by a T-Rex.
You know, I remember Jurassic Park vividly. I remember people running out of the cinemas screaming when the T-Rex appeared. Like,
Really?
no word of a lie. And, I mean, I guess that attributes to the fact that 1993, the special effects were incredible and very realistic. And I also, my auntie to this day still, berates me for this. I was so excited to see this movie. 6-year-old Ben, I'm sure 8-year-old Sam,
Yeah.
all we cared about in that time was dinosaurs. They were
Yeah.
our life.
Uh-huh.
And the whole closing sequence with the raptors, I sat there with my hands over my eyes. Little 6-year-old Ben scared. So my auntie always, oh, remember when you saw Jurassic Park? You were so excited to see it. You didn't even watch the last half of the movie. Ha ha ha! Yeah, get stuffed, don't it, Karen? All right, she's not listening. IfScience.com also gives us another story about more. Stewie's on the dinosaur bandwagon this week. This 110 million year old armoured dinosaur was turned to stone by a geological Medusa.
What's a Medusa?
Now, Medusa, was that the mythological one with all the snakes as a hair that if you looked in her eyes, you turned to stone?
I do not know, Ben.
I believe that is correct. See, I do know some stuff. I'm not that dumb,
You're
Stewie.
very sciencey.
It's not really, that's mythological, is it not? Robin Andrews again. Our mate Robin. Here we go. Number one scientist
Our man,
in the
Robin
high
Andrews.
noon. Dinosaur fossils come in many forms, but most of them are incomplete skeletons, with some exceptions. Large sections of these long-lost beasties have disintegrated or are otherwise lost to time. It takes a certain level of geological serendipity. There's a word I bet you haven't.
Serendipity.
There's a movie, wasn't it? To find anything more. It does happen, though. A few months ago, for the first time, the fossilized brain of a non-avian dinosaur was found, something only made possible because the swamp the creature died in pickled its brain. Now, as has been dramatically revealed by National Geographic in its June 2017 edition, a 110 million year old nodosaur, an armoured herbivore, has been found with half its skin and armour intact. Now, that's pretty cool to think about that, actually.
It's interesting, yeah.
So it's been preserved enough that you can see its skin and its brain. So look, hey, Jurassic Park could be a real thing.
Could be.
One
Could
day,
be.
Sam, one day. All right, that's it. We've got another dinosaur. No more dinosaurs here. Stewie's giving us a space one. Exoplanet as dense as styrofoam might teach us a lot about planetary atmospheres. This is by my second favourite scientist, Alfredo Carpinetti. Not quite as good as Robin.
Alfredo. Isn't that like...
Pasta.
No, Alfredo. that's an outdoor dining area, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's Alfresco.
Alfresco. I'd agree with you there. Well, hang on a minute. No.
Alfresco Carpinetti.
He looks very Italian, doesn't he? That's a good thing.
does.
We love the Italians because, as we mentioned last week, we went to number 25 on the iTunes charts for High Noon. So we're loving the Italians. Kelt 11b is quite the unusual object. It's the brightest transiting exoplanet visible in the southern hemisphere. It's 1/5. These are big words here, Stu. I don't understand these. It's 1/5 as massive as Jupiter, and it orbits its star very closely. It's also so puffy that it's what's the point of this? It's large. This is a boring story. Where's the dinosaur brains being petrified and the T-Rex is falling over and hurting themselves? There's big words in this, Sam. I don't know what they mean.
Well, it says it's got the density of styrofoam and would easily float in water.
Well, that's all we need to know from it, is it?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. There we go.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's why Alfredo's number 2. All right.
Planets and stuff.
Yeah,
no, that's good stuff.
Planets and stuff. Welcome to Gravitational Waves.
Sorry if we've got any irregular gravitational waves listeners tuning in today. But
We're really sorry that we've just butchered your favourite show.
we're not sciencey
No.
people really. We're happy to do Stewie's show for him today. But one thing I relate to science because of is Breaking Bad.
What a show.
What a
Sam.
show.
What a show.
The Mythbusters did an episode on Breaking
They
Bad.
did.
And busted some of the sciencey things in the show.
Are you a Better Call Saul fan?
Yes, I have.
Have
I
you
haven't
been
seen the
watching
new
this
series.
season?
No,
it's
I
a good
haven't,
season.
So,
you will very much enjoy it.
Good. I'm looking forward
Can
to
I
it.
just say, I won't say who.
No, you can't say anything.
There's a lot of characters in it that you will recognise.
I know. Good stuff.
Yes. Look at you cutting me off. Yeah, good stuff, Ben. Good stuff. Yeah, but anyway, how's the weather? It's going good, isn't it? But yeah, in all seriousness, I was very late to the Breaking Bad party. I sort of only
Yeah,
really...
well, I was the same as you.
I think you started watching it just before I did.
Well, well, it probably doesn't mean anything to anyone else, but about the same time anyway.
But you finished it before I did.
I did. I
You
was into
did.
it. Loved it.
You were there. But I rewatched it recently this year, and twice now I've seen it. You've probably seen it about 300 times by now, haven't you?
I'm watching it for my third time.
And
right now.
you've declared it as your favourite TV show of all time, haven't you?
Favourite, just edging out Game of Thrones
Oh.
and True Detective.
Okay, so but these are all three fairly new shows. I'm guessing it was Round the Twist then before these shows came about. What was your favourite show before these trio of shows have come into your life?
Golly, that's a good question. I've always loved Frontline.
Yeah, yes.
Isn't it good?
That is a show close to my heart.
Yeah.
That is a show that
Yeah.
you can watch over and over and over again. It never gets old.
Yeah, exactly.
We did have the pleasure of having I've gone blank on his name, Rob Sitch on The Brink
Yes.
many years ago, and it was a promoter movie that he was doing at the time. But I had to, at the end of that episode, ask him about Frontline, and he gave me a Martin DeStasio with that disturbing report back after this. I had to get him to do it. Like,
yeah.
one of the-
I would have done it.
Yeah, oh, legend. Absolute legend. Love that show. Texas, in your favourite TV show, science related? Did you like that show that was about science?
Yeah.
You know that one that I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I know it. Yeah, that science show.
That's science. That was a show. It was very big in the Ukraine.
the Ukraine.
That science show. Insert that in Ukrainian here.
Ukrainian.
Russia probably took it over eventually anyway, so it's it's all good. Let's speaking of past guests on the Brink, listen to the Muddy Turds. I really hope our American listeners are still listening to basically the Muddy Turds. What's a Muddy Turd? Tassie band, and here's a song called Dax. We are singing next. Get excited. Forget the lyrics is coming your way. Sam's return to the greatest segment in radio. You are excited. High Noon, Edge Radio 99.3 FM, Catherine Trakos and Stolen Wings, 16 minutes past 2. That's right, we're still here. It's not gravitational waves. We are High Noon because we've already done our science talk for 15 minutes. So now, Sam, you know what that means. Once we've gotten the science out of the way, we can get to the bits that we didn't fit in during normal High Noon time because...
It's that time of the week to play everybody's favorite game show. It's Forget the Lyrics here
High Noon.
on Edge Radio. Over to the studio.
The one sad thing about not having Dakota here is he usually cracks up laughing because the way we've edited that to fix into High Noon instead of the Brink. But it is Forget the Lyrics. I'm so excited to do this today because it means Sam is back. He's back. The Mac, the Sam on the track.
Back with a brand new rap.
He is. Now, he hasn't done Forget Lyrics in a good 2 years, at least.
It's been a long time.
Might have been 3 years. I don't know if you did any in 2015.
Yeah,
You might have not
probably
done it since
not.
2014. So
I'm caked with rust.
you are. Look,
Caked. It's in my underpants.
I'm gonna let you have a bit of a rest. I'm gonna go first. We're gonna do 2 solos each, and we're gonna do 2 duets each today.
Good stuff.
So I'm gonna kick off with a solo. Now, do you feel like? Do you want me to start off with some Bon Jovi or some Muse? What do you want me to do? I know you're a huge Muse fan.
Well, no, let's get the rubbish out of the way first and get the Muse one
All right,
done.
so I'm gonna be
not a Muse fan.
All right, Muse Uprising is a song. You've got to give me the topic. Now, we're going to do one of these in a New Zealand accent. Are we going to save that to a duet, or are we going to do a solo in a Kiwi?
All right. No, you can do the New Zealand accent.
All right. Okay. What's my topic on this one, Sim?
Your topic, Ben, is Griffin's biscuits with a thunmund filling.
Griffin's biscuits with a thunmund filling.
That's right.
This is going to be the most difficult Forget the Lyrics I think I've ever done.
This is going to be excellent.
All right. Your microphone goes down. How am I going to do this? Muse Uprising, Griffin's biscuits with a thunmund filling in a New Zealand accent. This is gonna be bad. Oh yes, I'm in the supermarket. Oh, look at all the biscuits. There's biscuits everywhere. So many to choose. There's Tim Tams, there's Shapes, there's arrowroots. I'm only looking for one type of biscuit though here in New Zealand. We love our biscuits. Oh, giddy my Billy, Busket. Busket time for news. Yes. It's a long intro, Sim. Gotta talk a little bit. Going on to the supermarket, I see lots of Gruffins biscuits. I think what is my favourite type. I think that the pink packet looks really nice. I grabbed the packet, they're filled with mint. It's got a lot of thin mint falling inside of it. I decide to buy 6 packets because 6 packets are the best. And then I went to the checkout to buy my Griffin thin mint biscuits with thin mint filling. That's what I meant to say, yes. You know what I'm talking about there. Biscuits filled with mint are really delicious to eat in the car. This is quite difficult to sing in this accent. That's why there clearly isn't that many famous New Zealand singers except for Lord and Dave Dobbins. He doesn't count. Dave Dobbins. Oh, no fun, of course. $66.60 it cost me for my 6 packets of Griffin's biscuits with the thin mint filling, and they taste so nice when I drink them in my car in my Nissan. I said I drink them, which is not correct. I actually ate them, which is more correct. And then I drive down Smith Street down to Dunedin because that's where I drive to in New Zealand. Oh, goodness me. It's the life of a Kiwi. Griffin's biscuits are so delicious today. Even though they cost $66.60, which is a bit of a rip off. I think that I've gone really long and forget the lyrics. It's time to end this, and hopefully Sam will give me a 10. Oh, CrepNet was bad. Sam, get off your phone and give me a score.
Well, then,
Were you even listening to that?
no, I was listening. I was listening.
That is hard. That is hard.
I was reading an article. Well, I don't know the song.
Right.
I don't think so.
I did well. Let's just say I did really well with that song.
It sounded all right. I mean, you certainly stayed on topic.
Oh my goodness, that is the
Certainly
hardest thing I've ever done on this show. Ever.
8?
I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Why not? You're going to do this next one in a New Zealand accent. You're going to do Linkin Park in New Zealand accent.
Oh, really?
Yes. Your song you're doing is Somewhere I Belong. Did you want... Okay, look, let's be fair. You haven't done Forget Lyrics in a while. Do you want to just do it in your normal accent and then do New Zealand later? Do you want to warm up to it? Or are you feeling confident enough to go straight into the Kiwi?
No, I reckon I can go straight into
I think you're a man of
the
confidence.
New Zealand accent.
All right.
I never shirk a challenge, Ben.
Your topic, should you choose to accept it, which you have to because that's the one I'm about to give you, is the All Blacks.
The All Blacks.
The All Blacks.
All Blacks. All right. All Blacks.
All Blacks. All right. My microphone will go down and I will fade this up. Linkin Park, Somewhere I Belong, about the All Blacks in a New Zealand accent. Samuel McCrossan, welcome back to Forget the Lyrics. It is over to you.
They wear shirts. They are the color black. Beautiful black. think they got sponsors and Little Leaf. I'm forgetting to song in a New Zealand accent. Our national team, they're beautiful. A lot of them have dreadlocks. I want to watch the All Blacks, cause they're so wacky, whack. I love the All Blacks. I just love saying black. Oh, New Zealand pride. Oh, what is the best thing about New Zealand? It's the All Blacks.
Good stuff.
They wear footy boots and they are black. Some of the players started wearing fluoro ones, but that's not right because they're not black. They were greens and pinks and purples. I wanted to change those shoes because they weren't black. New Zealand rugby, some people call it rugby. We've got a sponsor, they are Griffin's Biscuits. You know, the ones with the slogans, Griffin's Biscuits with the Thin Mints filling. All Blacks, wacky whack, smack smack, Jackie Jack, New Zealand rugby, played on grass, beautiful stuff. I think we're winding this up. Griffin's Biscuits, beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Look, I have to say, you're a bit slow into the uptake there, but it was a very long intro.
It was.
It's a very long intro, but you did forget the accent at the beginning. I'm thinking, what's he doing? This is New Zealand.
I did. I was concentrating on the All Blacks thing, but I brought the accent in.
You did.
There. Yeah.
I liked it. I'm going to give you an 8 as well.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
You know, look, I would have taken a point off for the fact that you forgot, but no, there was pressure on you. You hadn't done this in 3 years.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's what you call blowing out the cobwebs at the start, isn't it?
And All Blacks wacky whack. I mean, you can't come up with a better rhyme than that. So,
well, I do like to throw a few more rhymes in there, Ben.
Look, I think we should go straight into our duet. You're on a roll here. I feel like you need to keep this momentum going.
Good.
Now, we've got 2 duets chosen. The first one here is going to be To the Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang. Now, we will slightly alter the lyrics so it's not quite as inappropriate as it may be to play on this time radio. We've got to rock, paper, scissor it to see who gets to go first and who gets to do the topic. 1, 2, 3, rock, and you beat me. So, I'm going to sing first, but you get to come up with the topic.
Good stuff. Okay, topic.
Topic.
You know, we had Tom Wolfe in earlier.
We did. Hello, Tom.
And he brought something with him.
He, what was that? His charming personality, his skill, his talent.
Apart from that, he actually left it behind.
He did. Oh, the coffee cup.
He took some of it and left something of it behind, which was the coffee cup. Coffee.
Simple as that. All right, I like a simple one. So we haven't really established at what point we'll switch over, but I would say probably after the first chorus. I'll give you the nod. So your microphone will go down right now. I'm starting this off. The Bad Touch, the Bloodhound Gang. I'm always scared when it comes to fast-paced rap songs. This is going to be fun. Here we go. The first duet of Samuel Lacrosse and Mine's career in about 3 years. Let's do this. Alarm, baby, alarm. It goes off really early for me and I am not awake right now, so I don't know what to do today. I go to the kitchen, I get some beans, I put them in a cup, I put some sugar in, I pour that hot water over them and it smells really good. It's gonna wake me, make my day start really good. It's called coffee, it's so nice now and I want it in my belly. Put it up, put it down, put some milk and some cream and we will put it down our throat and make ourselves wake up now. You and coffee are the best things around, so I'm gonna drink it right now and go down to Browntown. Put that coffee in my mouth. I don't know where Browntown came from, but it's really good right now and Sam's gonna take over this bit.
Yum.
Buckle it! Take it! Go! with the coffee. We've got like a 10-minute break in the middle again. It's getting there. Go Sammy boy!
Ben took us through how we drink the coffee and make it like brown and in a cup. It can go in a mug or a paper cup, cardboard cup, and with a lid. It's made out of plastic. Fantastic. I like to make it with the machine and grind the coffee up. Put it in a puck and shove it in the machine and let the water come out into the cup. Froth the milk with a milk frother. Pour it in the cup and do a lovely flower. It's called latte art, 'cause I fart, and yeah, that's a art. Yes, coffee. Everyone loves coffee.
Yeah, good job. What do you think? I think we close this out. I think we keep going.
Keep going.
I'm gonna take it from here. I think we can fit you in at the end there. I'm feeling confident. Bringing it home. I don't know what bit comes along here, but we're gonna find out. You and the coffee bit went really, really well. So Samuel McCrossan, forget the lyrics, you're doing so swell. Drinking the cup with the beans and the milk, and make sure you don't spill it over that fancy silk. Sam!
Yeah, I like to drink it. I like to sell it. Oh, yum, yum, yum. You can get a lot of different types of coffee. Put anything you want in it if you want to. Sugar, milk, all that stuff.
Just applause. Just applause.
I think we got that done all right.
I'm saying it right now. If Mark Holden was in this studio and Australian Idol was still a thing, we would get a touchdown!
Touchdown.
Delta Goodner just spun a chair around right now, Sam. We're on The Voice. We just got discovered.
No, it'd be better if he said 60-metre goal. Goal from 60.
The Boonana!
Yeah.
Look, I'm giving you a 10. I'm not even going to hesitate right now. 10 for Sam.
Oh, well, you didn't go too bad yourself, Ben. I'm going to make it a 11. Give yourself 10.
Oh, look at that.
I'm going to make it a 11.
We're going for the even scores right now. This
Beautiful.
is great. We're going back to some real music right now. We've still got another solo, another duet to go. We might even fit some more in right now. We're on a roll. Here's the Cavemen, Dog on a Chain. 29 minutes to 3. You are tuned into Edge Radio 99.3 FM. You are tuned into the noon of High. James Dilger. This is the sound. 25 minutes to 3. You are tuned into High Noon. Not gravitational waves. We're filling in for Stewie and Mason as they have a week away from your speakers, and we bring you the greatness that is High Noon. Now, Sam and I have already sung. We did a good job. I just had to clear my throat there. There was a bit of awkward silence. You hate it when they just come out of nowhere, these
That was
random
like
hiccup burps.
A hiccup thing.
A hiccup. We both are on 18 at the moment. We've got another solo to do each, and then a duet. I'm looking forward to our duet because it's such a bad song, but it's going to be fun to sing. Now, you're going first right now. You're going to do your solo
Good stuff.
to a song that I've just discovered has a different name than I always thought it had. This is Lump Biscuit. Take a look around. The song that I always assumed was just called Mission Impossible.
Yeah, well, there are a few of those, like the Green Day song, Good Riddance.
Yes, that's the time of my
See,
life, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So not many people would recognise it if I said, oh, yeah, the Green Day song, Good Riddance.
Time of my
I
life.
say, what? What's that?
Yep.
Oh, you definitely know it.
It's also the Jamiroquai song. You know, the one they use in Napoleon Dynamite. Just dance, get your... That's it. You know it if you heard it.
That's called Canned Heat,
It's called
isn't
Canned
it?
Heat.
That's
yes,
right.
but people often just call it Just Dance.
Yes.
So there you go. You're learning something. We could do a whole episode on that, Sam.
Just not.
Take a look around. Limp Bizkit. I've got to give you a topic. I haven't even thought about this. Aha, yes, I have. Because I often go back in time and listen to some of our classic Forget the Lyrics when I'm bored, because I've got no friends and nothing else to do. So I just listen to it. And I listen to yours sometimes, and you're good. You've got some good topics over the years. I want to bring back a repeat topic.
Repeat topic.
A repeat topic
Good
from a
stuff.
few years ago.
Okay.
Samuel McCrossan, take a look around. Limp Bizkit. You have to sing about the Geelong Cats.
Oh, the Geelong Cats.
His beloved Pussycats.
They're not going to get many kind words from me.
I've been reading your Twitter feed. You are brutal.
Oh,
You are going to rip your membership up. And who are you going to support? Who are you? Are you seriously going to change teams?
I was actually thinking during the week, if I have to give up on the Cats, who am I going to support?
You can't give up on a team, Sam.
Well, probably not.
That's like if Hillary was a little troublemaker.
Yeah.
That would be like you saying to Jess, can we just, like, get rid of her?
Yeah, that's right.
You can't give up on your team.
Well, it's kind of like, either continue to support them or just give up on football. So
Well, look, coming from a Carlton supporter during the mid-2000s, I never gave up on Carlton, but I did kind of just fade out from watching football for a few years.
yeah, I think I'm going to fade out for 20 to 30 years.
This is what I'm saying. Jump on the ice hockey bandwagon, right? It's an entertaining sport, okay? You've only got 30 teams, well, 31. They're about to be a brand. Here you go. You've chosen a good time to start up ice hockey. There's a brand new franchise starting up next year.
Really?
You can be the Tasmanian fan of the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Las Vegas Golden Knights.
The very first professional sporting team to ever be based in Las Vegas is starting the NHL.
They don't get ice in.
They don't get ice in a lot of places. They don't get ice in Anaheim. They don't get ice in Nashville, but they're still playing ice hockey.
Really?
So
There you go. Wow.
it's all about the money. Anyway, all right. Geelong Cats, take a look around. Limp Bizkit. My microphone's going down. This involves rap, so I'm looking forward to Sam's rhyming here. But let's bring this home, Sammy boy. I'm looking forward to this. I'll play this slowly for you. Think about Tom Cruise. Watching Sam, he's pumped up, he's in the zone. He's blacking me out right now. Such a long intro. Oh, Sam.
Worst team in the AFL today. They're hopeless. Rubbish. They need to get a better team, get rid of the players, get new ones. Geelong Cats, based down at Cardinia Park. Hopeless. You know what they can't do? Tackle. You know what to do. Joel Selwood is the captain. No good. Dangerfield. He's the best and fairest winner. Rubbish. No, can't play. Just like the teammates. They need to just give up. I know why Geelong are rubbish. Because rubbish is the best word to describe them.
Get him there.
I think I've finished the song now.
It's actually a pretty rubbish song in general.
It was kind of difficult. I picked a bad one there.
No, I'm not gonna mark you down for it because I think it was a difficult one to do.
It was a difficult one.
We rushed a bit in choosing our choice there. I'm gonna give you a 7, just because I think you
Okay.
stayed on topic. You flowed well with the rapping, and you picked yourself up when you fell off the horse a little bit there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 7. 7's pretty decent.
Okay, very generous.
All right. Okay. Now, solo for myself, I'm doing a bit of the Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
I like
Beautiful.
the Bon Jovi. Seen them live. Great band. We've obviously done a couple of their classics in the past. We've never done this one. It's My Life.
Oh, I saw them live too, actually.
Did you really?
I only stayed for a couple of songs. It was a bit boring.
Was that you were at? Was that Singapore?
Singapore Grand Prix.
Yes.
Saw Maroon 5 too, but again, didn't really stay. 'Cause it was boring.
The Maroon. The Five.
Maroons.
Yeah, awesome. All right. What's my topic, Sammy boy?
Topic. Wow.
Topic.
Okay. I'm gonna do something a bit left field.
Ooh, I like the field in the left.
Sausages.
Sausage. That's it. Sausages.
Sausage.
Okay, cool. Right, your microphone goes down. I also just got a text too. I believe the Sarge might be popping in after all these, so just stay tuned for that. Just thought I'll let you know. All right, It's My Life, Bon Jovi, about sausages. Why not? This ain't a song about biscuits anymore. Strings of meat that aren't on the floor. Wrap them in their entrails and put them on the barbie. We're gonna cook them up and put them in some bread. It's my sausage and it's really tasty. Put it with some tomato sauce. Onions on it taste really nice too. I really like a good sausage. Put it on my plate and eat it. If it's a chicken one, it makes me even happier. 'Cause it's my sausage. This ain't a song for all those vegetarians. Go and eat your grass and don't listen to this anthem. Head out to Bunnings and pick up a snag. It's gonna make you full and the opposite of a dag. Sausages are so darn good. Better than a piece of wood. Vegetarians are really missing out. Put a lot of ketchup on them. Barbecue sauce with Ben. Sausages are the best thing since sliced bread. Even in sliced bread. You know.
No, good stuff, Ben. You've outdone my effort. I'm going to give you an 8 for that.
Oh!
It was,
You put him in the lead.
yeah, good song choice. Good song choice.
Okay.
Gave you a bit of thinking time to really nail
You did.
the lyrics and, yeah, get those sausages down.
All right. We want to duet this now. Let's wrap this up with our second duet. We've already played this song on the radio today, but we're going to sing it. This is Sam Smith and Writings on the Wall. A terrible James Bond song, but we're going to make it better by singing our own lyrics to it. Now, Sam, do we want to flip this around? Do you want to go first, and do you want me to go second and come up with the topic, or do you want to do rock, paper, scissors again? And
Let's rock, paper, scissors.
all right, let's do. It's terrible on radio. 1, 2, 3, and you beat me again. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going first. You got to come up with the topic again.
Okay, topic.
This is such gonna. I don't know. We're gonna hit the high notes in this one. He's thinking. He's
Well,
thinking.
yeah, I'm trying to think hard, actually.
He is.
I forgot what we're on radio there.
Yeah,
I'm
we
trying
are.
to
This
take my
is
time to think.
live. We can't edit this out.
Yeah, that's right. You can't edit this out.
Well,
so,
a lot of people wish we could.
edit the whole last half an hour out.
The whole 3 hours out. Except for the Tom Wolfe stuff. That was good.
Yeah. Look, the sausages was a good avenue.
It was, yes. You got to sing about this too, so you got to think strategically here.
I do have to. Look, we mentioned Breaking Bad earlier.
We did, yes.
Let's make our topic Walter White.
Walter White.
Walter White.
Walter White. All right. Sam Smith, Writings on the Wall. About Walter White, we don't know what point we'll swap it over. I'll no doubt direct to Sam. Sam's marked it off. Let's do this. I'm scared for the high notes, but let's make a crap song better. Oh, Sam, you brought a whole orchestra with you. Good on you, Sonny Jim. I'm the one who knocks. He was a chemistry teacher. He didn't really like his job. Was diagnosed with lung cancer. Said he didn't have much long to live. Saw Jesse Pinkman fall out of a window. And a woman with some big beep. He then said, "Hey Pinkman, let's go cook some meth." They bought a RV and went out to the desert one day. Cooked a lot of drugs which are illegal, but that's not what we're here to say. Walter White is awesome, even though he's kind of a bad dude. How does he cook? How does he live? It's so blue and so awesome, yes. Gus Fring's cool, he's friends with Walter. This bit's a really hard bit to sing. For Walter, I really risk it all. Because the fact that he died, his guts are all over the wall.
That's gonna be hard to match. Then he cooked another batch. Walter White met his match in a man they called Gus Fring, but he dealt with Fring like a bling. He got him dead. When Walter won, it was so much fun. He got all the money, all the cash, and the girls. No, he didn't. I told a lie. He was a 50-something-year-old man. He didn't look very good at all. So he didn't get the chicks.
Oh, do you want me to? What? You, me? I'll take it. Oh, no, you will. Oh, You want to hit the high notes?
I do.
Do you want me to take this bit? Do you want me to go high or do you want to go high?
I want to go.
You want to go high. Let's Sammy go high. Bring the ball drop, Sam. Go, Sam.
Walter White, you are like a kite flying through the sky. You are a man, you are a lady, I'm talking gibberish. Walter White Heisenberg, like a turd.
For you, that's not the high bit anymore. My balls just really hit the floor. Whoa, I even stuffed up the end bit there. Crap. No! They can't do it properly. There we go. Wow. We did that so well, and I screwed it up at the end.
No, that was alright. We got that done, Ben. That was alright. That was another good song choice. You've got some experience with this song choice thing.
Oh, I don't know. I want to give you a 9 just because you held your poo together.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make it another loving, Ben, and I'm also giving you a 9.
Oh, you know what that means,
Yes,
Sam.
I know what
you
that
know
means.
what that means,
Yes.
Sam.
Yes.
I win.
Yes, you do.
I think
you
that's
do.
like 3 out of the last 4 weeks. I'm on a streak. I'm the GWS to forget the lyrics. The last winner for 7 weeks. In your face, Sam. In your face, Dakota. In your face, Tom Wolfe with your band and your ARIA nominations and Sam Smith and his Academy Awards and his birthdays. Get stuffed, a lot of yous.
In his face.
In his face. Kevin, you're a beautiful man. I won't see you in 7 weeks. But anyway, right, there we go. We're going to go back to a song, Esoteric, and Working Out. Tassie Music on the home of Tassie Music. We're going to come back, close it out. I believe a certain police officer is going to wrap our show up today, Samuel McCross, and I'm nervous and scared and excited all at the same time. It's High Noon, Edge Radio, 99.3 FM. High Noon, Edge Radio, 99.3 FM. It is 7 minutes to 3. You might be wondering why on earth we're still on air. That's because we took over Gravitational Waves. They got fired. We kicked them off. We didn't want them anymore. No, seriously, Stewie and Mason just couldn't be here this week. So they asked us to cover it in, and we covered science for about 5 minutes, and then we moved on because we wanted to do our own thing. But we're in the closing stages here. Sammy's just sat down. He's just relieved his bowels, or his bladder, probably.
Actually, I didn't. I'm not sure why I'm going to share this, but I couldn't find the toilet, and I did find one eventually, but it was engaged.
Right, oh, okay. Well, you see,
So
you're busting.
someone was engaged to the toilet.
They were. It's actually a very interesting article just popped up on my phone here. It's an article here which we won't have time to talk about. The 2 Aussie sides in a list of the 16 greatest sporting teams in history. There you go. There's a topic of conversation. We'll have to read over that one, I think. I don't know what the sides were, but maybe we'll find out that. But Sam, we've only got about 5 minutes. We've got to do this because he's a man of he just shows up. You know, he doesn't even tell us. He texts me, he says, Ben, I'm coming in. I don't know. He just does it.
He's pretty late today.
He is. And like I've even brought his music in with him, and for some reason he's rushing me and whatever, but let's play this. It's the Sarge, Sergeant Porcupine. Sarge, welcome to High Noon. Welcome back.
What do you want?
Well, you came in here, sir. You're the one who sort of graces with your presence. You tell me, what do you want?
No, well, I got the wrong person, didn't I?
Well, who are you meant to text? Do you know somebody else called Ben, or like?
Yeah, I was texting someone else called Ben.
All right, and who are they when they're at home? Are they
suddenly,
friends? A lover?
Suddenly, the person I thought was Ben had organised for me to come on the radio.
Well, you don't have to be here. You can leave. We've only got like 4 minutes now, so.
No, but I'm a man of integrity, so if I make an appointment,
right,
I turn up, don't I?
Now, you met the Premier last week.
Premier, is that who he was it?
Yeah. Did you like old Willie? William, yes.
Is that his name?
I believe so.
That's
yes.
right, I did meet him.
You did.
I didn't realise he was the Premier.
Well, now you do.
All right.
Do you want to go back in time and change how you treated him, or?
I thought I was all right.
Yeah,
treated him appropriately.
If you say so, you might be able to help us, Sarge. Actually, just quickly before we close this out, we talked a little bit before about how a great piece of Tasmania called King Island possibly could secede and head off to Victoria.
Secede?
Yes,
what does that mean?
Like bugger off, go do its own thing, join another state. Yes. Now, as a police officer, can you arrest Victoria for trying to steal our land? Because this can't happen. They're invading us, Sarge.
Well, first things first, Ben, I think we need to go and sort the King Islanders out for having such a stupid thought in the beginning.
So you're more on the bandwagon of let's arrest King Island?
That's right, Ben.
Under what act, Sarge? Under what act?
Under the Soft Act.
The Soft Act.
1955.
1955.
Yeah, you'll notice those laws came in post-war.
All right, okay.
Yeah, just because, everyone was so hard and tough during the war.
They
were worried after the war that people were going to go soft.
Right.
So they brought in laws to make sure that people are toughened up.
So King Island residents are soft, and you feel they need to harden up and stay with Tasmania.
That's right, and I would suggest, Ben, that if they don't do that, I think that we should stop them making cheese.
Well, that's a good idea, Sarge.
Well,
For once, I agree with you.
Stop them making cheese.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shoving with Lenna Valley residents. Well, the dog poop.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
How's the Lenna Valley been? You keep an eye on it lately? Or?
Oh, they've all been arrested in custody.
Yep, all right. Build a wall, Donald Trump style around it. Yep.
Under the Filthy Animals Act.
Yep, all right.
1990.
Got about 30 seconds, Sarge. Anything else you want to add here?
Oh, what, you're going to try and kick me off, are you?
I am. I just have to say, sucked in Collingwood. Carlton beat them the other week, so ha. Missing Swanee yet?
I think I'm going to meet you in the car park after the show, but hang on, what are you doing with those...
I think I'm going to fade your microphone down there. Now, Sarge, you got to go. It is... Bring Sam... Bring Sam in when you close that door, would you, Sarge? There we go. All right, thank you. All right, there we go. Thanks. He's pushed Sam in. Sam, welcome back. Sorry about that. You had to deal with that just on the way through.
Sorry. Well, he left in a hurry. What happened?
I don't know why.
Angry.
He's
Wow.
He's a weird man. We're going to go. We've got basically less than a minute here. Sam, thank you for joining us for 3 hours. You did the marathon, man, today.
It was a marathon, wasn't it? Thanks for having me, Ben. Really enjoyed it.
Well, look, I would say take over the show. I'll be away for 7 weeks. This is the last High Noon for 7 weeks, people.
It is.
You're not going to hear our voices if you for whatever reason like my voice. And let's be honest, there's one of you out there probably. You can listen to our former show, The Brink. We still podcast. It is available on iTunes. You can still find us on Facebook, of course. We do have some other shows, the Oz Network. I'm not going to tag them all. We've only got a short amount of time. But, of course, The Brink Unleashed 7 is being filmed while we're out there. So you can follow my adventures along the road, or somebody called it an adventure. So you can check that out, and we will bring you more of that, more so on The Brink. But I'm looking forward to coming back in 7 weeks and having a High Noon with you all, both of you. I miss you. And you've got 7 weeks to get those dim sims prepared, because we still haven't gotten the dim sims. I'm still disappointed.
That is disappointing.
In Hobart. Are you a dim sim man, or are you more of a spring roll man?
No, I'm a dim sim man.
You're a good man. Steamed or fried?
Fried.
Good. Yep. You're a man of. Yep. That's why you're my friend. There you go. All right. Let's close this out. Thank you everybody to Stewie and Mason for letting us take over the show for the last hour. We're sorry we only talk about science for 5 minutes, but let's be honest, science sucks. We love you. We love science.
We love science.
And Tom Wolfe, thank you for your company earlier on the show. But until 7 weeks time, it's been High Noon. This is Ben saying, howdy partner, sayonara, and we'll speak to you in 7 weeks.
High Noon, Lunchbox with Ben, returns next Friday from 12 p.m. right here on Edge Radio 99.3 FM. Hope y'all have a pleasant week now.